Mine's on silent.
And we're live.
Good. Just making sure.
Hi guys, welcome back to Population POPcast. Sorry for Nick to say the intro, but
Nick,
You're waiting for me.
I was waiting for you.
All right, welcome back to the Population Podcast episode 6, baby.
Bye bye.
Let's get it.
I've never sucked
I'm
dick
very
before.
aroused. Good to know.
okay,
yeah.
this again.
I just needed to start it off with that.
You're gonna start off with this,
Oh,
and we're gonna end it with that, no way.
All right, guys, be good.
All right, guys.
So I'm the bad guy, Nick H.
You are.
Next host wants to go next.
I'm the Emo Set 101 Franco,
What's good? I am Manny Fresh.
and
That's
today
good.
we got 3 guests. Longest running guest right here,
Hi guys. Ooh.
followed by
What's up? Name's Aaron.
Okay.
All
Hi,
right. Is that awkward? My bad. I'm an awkward man.
I'm Guad.
He's Quad
like
Squad.
that.
Squad,
that.
squad.
Quad Squad.
Is your name really here?
No, it's Ryan. But,
Oh, dude, you scared me. I was like,
Aaron
I don't
is
know
the name
him.
I use
Yeah.
online.
That's my alias.
Alias name.
Saturday recording.
The mic.
y'all keep going.
Okay, yeah. I'm going to take control of this podcast. Nick, you're the man. What's on the agenda?
What's on the agenda? So
Let's talk.
first off, how these guest episodes work is we're gonna have the guest tell his story on how he got to collecting. So I don't know. Whoever wants to go first.
Oh, am I up? Everyone's staring at me. All right. How did I get into pops? That's actually a good question. Kingdom Hearts was like, I'm so happy. But yeah, that was like the first thing I ever collected. Like I still own the original PS2 disc games, like the ones I actually got. Yeah, kept those.
Round of applause.
Yeah, I know. I've kept those forever. It's the one thing that I'd probably save in a burning fire over everything, including all the people in the house. And so yeah, that's where I started on collecting was Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts.
And from there on, it's forwarded into anime, games, mangas. It's been a pretty horrid life. My mom doesn't like that I'm a nerd. She burns a lot of my stuff.
Who doesn't like that?
My mother, she hates that I'm a nerd. Whenever I was younger, she used to throw away all my Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh cards in an attempt to like.
Your mom?
Yeah, she hated that I was a nerd. I used to have like the binders and I hid them like under my mattress.
How does that make you a nerd?
Huh?
That doesn't make you a nerd.
It makes you a geek, right?
Well,
Oh!
No, I consider myself a geek.
Well, no,
Because
like,
a nerd would be super smart, and I
Oh, yeah,
No,
no.
no, no.
It's
no,
a-
yeah,
no,
you
no,
might be
no,
right. I think
no,
he's right
no,
about that one.
No, no,
I'm a
nerds
freak.
are not smarter than you.
no.
Freak.
nerds are cool,
have
man. Nerds are mainstream.
Have you actually watched like it was like
Revenge
way
of the
back when
Nerds?
no. Yeah, Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah.
No, all of them were smart.
Like,
Oh,
All
like
of them were gamers.
Well,
Like
I just gotta know because-
Jovenshire. Jovenshire was a part of Smosh at the time. He liked a lot of collectibles. He liked a lot of games. A lot of card games was his favorite thing to do, and also gaming was another thing as well. So I mean,
Dope.
nerds is not.
wasn't Booger
necessarily-
smart? Booger was smart.
Yeah.
Okay, so nerds aren't necessarily smart. Okay, cool. So I
Mm.
guess we're changing it up now.
Geek,
I guess
geeky is like
geeky
the way
is-
of appearance, and then also nerd is just like in general what you
Nerd.
like.
I liked a lot of comic books, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Pokemon.
So your
Whatever that genre is. Also anime.
I haven't heard.
I know what you love.
You love what you love.
I'm really hurt. Yeah, love what you love, but like your mother was throwing away.
That's what I was saying.
Oh yeah, she hated that. She hated Yu-Gi-Oh. She
Hurt
hated
my heart.
Pokemon.
That's
And it wasn't
crazy.
like, because I had friends whose mom didn't like it, but they didn't like it because they thought it was, like pagan. Mama just didn't like it because she thought it was weird. She was like,
Yeah.
no, you shouldn't be liking anime. And she's like, you need to be watching Gilmore Girls. I'm like, all right, let's have a little talk about
Okay.
what we should
You
be.
know what? No, we were watching a lot of Charmed and Friends when I was younger.
Okay.
Yeah, like, that's what
Yeah.
but I never liked
Yeah.
those, and I still don't. Like, I think
You
we even
watch
talked
my
about like I've never watched Friends, I've never watched Charmed. I've
I don't
never
know about
watched-
I'm not gonna talk against anything, but I mean, I grew up in a Christian home where Pokemon were considered pocket monsters. And I told my dad, like, now
Pocket
that I'm going over,
monsters?
like, that's exactly what the fuck they are. They're pocket monsters. You take it out of your fucking pocket, throw it. It's a monster, right? No, but like somebody in the church they were going to told me, like, oh, those are satanic.
Yeah.
And then so
What?
because of that, like, you're saying it was pagan. Because of that, it was like, no. But then my mom was like, he's a fucking kid. Like, it shouldn't matter. Like, he doesn't even know who Christ is officially. He thinks he's gonna show up right now.
He
You know what I
comes
mean?
to church on Sundays. He really doesn't
You know
know.
what I mean? Like, yeah, like, as a kid, you don't know that. You know,
No,
you're
yeah, I
like,
get what you're
hey,
saying.
Jesus is a cool guy. Yeah, where does he live though? Like, yeah, when is he gonna pull through and eat dinner with us? So that's interesting. Now
Every
that your mother was throwing away stuff, because I think like my dad like supported the fact that me and my younger brother were like really into like comics and shit. Like he's
Well,
the one that kind of like.
And it kind of was just my
Introduced
mom too. So I mean, like maybe that like had to do with it too.
I mean, it's to each
you
their
have
own.
like if you have two parents that kind of like kind of going back and forth on a subject versus just one parent who's
Yeah.
like, opinion is absolute, right?
Yeah.
That's good. I never thought about it that way either. I never thought that.
Well,
if
she
you
had her
have-
own values anyway.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. You kind of you don't really
You
have.
can't knock on her because she had her
I don't know. I'm not a
values.
parent. What do y'all
Right,
think?
right.
Y'all knock on ideas of each other?
I have an 11-year-old son.
Well, what?
Oh, you do?
Uh,
I didn't know that.
yes.
We just met today, so I mean.
Yeah.
That.
He's smarter than I am.
Yeah, like with kids nowadays, the only thing I kind of disagree with is like
It's called Freedom 30.
YouTube
Huh?
and
Facebook. Why is it?
Facebook. Like kids,
No.
like kids nowadays. I mean, we got away with MySpace
No, I'm listening to
and,
everything you're saying.
stuff like that. Like we got away with MySpace and stuff like that back then, but it wasn't like absolutely outrageous of what it is
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
But we always told our parents, "Oh no, it's like an IM chat room that we have on like AOL.com that we used to."
Yeah,
Did y'all see the movie Transcendence?
No.
Okay, well, it's a good watch. If you ever get the chance, it's about like the technology apocalypse.
Mhm.
That should say everything.
Good stuff.
So
Facebook,
basically,
yeah.
like iRobot.
No robots. Just
No
like
robots.
I watched
okay,
a
you
lot of
remember
Black
Lucy?
Mirror.
Okay, well,
I
this
love
is
Lucy.
them taking over, like
Yeah.
technology taking over. Not Lucy taking over technology and running it.
Oh, Lucy,
This
the
is like-
movie.
This is like technology
Australia.
taking over
Yeah.
that and running the world.
Wait, well, she wasn't. I thought wasn't she just like a person that could access like her whole brain?
Yes.
Yeah.
But she could also access like all of technology, electricity, all of the plasma and all the universe and everything that is natural.
I just
she
feel
could
like
control that.
like Black Mirror really messes you up as far as technology goes.
Yeah.
I think Black Mirror like really shows like how technology could fuck over the humans. Like
What is it? Black Mirror.
Black Mirror, it's on Netflix, man. But it's like basically how
Oh,
technology
Black Mirror.
could
Yeah.
basically end up fucking us over in the end.
Check
Like
that out.
every episode ends like a
You
Goosebumps.
check that out.
No, Goosebumps episodes always ended like somewhat like it had a good ending and then sometimes bad. The Nightmare Room by R.L. Stein was the one that ended like it was just at the end. It was like, no, like you're in the Nightmare Room, like your life's gonna be fucked forever.
That's it.
And so Black Mirror is kind of like that. It's like you don't get the happy ending that you want. You get like the
Happy ending?
Happy ending. That
you know, like yeah. It's like oh damn, okay, put my phone away, but I can't.
Just
You know what I
speaking
mean?
Your
Just
guy
speaking
from
of
Black
Black,
Mobile phone.
just speaking on Black Mirror, that Bandersnatch.
Bandersnatch? Yeah.
I really want to watch that because that sounds like a cool concept. Bandersnatch is a new movie on Netflix, and it's a story movie.
Yeah.
Apparently, you can actually have different endings depending on what
12
you
different,
choose.
12 different scenarios. In that.
Actually,
That
it's
is
more than
rock
that.
hard.
Because I saw it and then I had my brother watch it and I saw how we both chose different decisions and it would open up new scenes. And then the director came out and was like, there's scenes locked in that movie that y'all probably will never like you
That's
have to
pretty cool.
click a certain thing like for you to unlock
That was
it.
like
So it's
Tales,
like-
the Tales from did y'all ever see the Borderlands Tales and the Tales,
Are you talking
the
about
Tales from the Dark
Telltale
Side?
games?
Telltale games?
Yeah,
Something
Oh, yeah, it's like that.
I love
I
Telltale.
the, yeah,
Fuck yeah.
hell yeah.
They
The Walking-
went
I had The
out,
Walking Dead.
man. I can't believe it.
The what?
They went out. Telltale's gone.
No more
What?
Telltales?
You didn't know about that?
Dude.
Dude, Telltale disbanded.
Ah.
There's no more going to be the I think they said they're going to finish the final chapter on
Walking Dead?
Walking Dead.
They're already
Yeah.
gonna release that.
Yeah,
already.
so that
this
after
is gonna
that
be like
it's
the
over.
last.
Yeah. There's no-
They had the Back to the
they
Future.
were
They had
good.
Batman. They had
Yeah.
But the multiple choice thing, it's cool, man. Like
Oh,
having
hell
the
yeah.
control. The first thing I ever read was a Goosebumps book that did that shit to me. And I was like in 3rd grade, and I remember thinking that was so cool. I was like, yo, you open this book up and like you have your choice. Like that was crazy. I had my teacher read it to us in a summer class, and like extracurricular summer class. It wasn't, So I remember all the kids in the class were like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. So like when I sat through Bandersnatch because I love Black Mirror, I was like, my controller starts vibrating and I'm just trying to get into the movie. And then it's like, you choose. And I'm like, I'm looking at my controller, it's still vibrating. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like I grab it and it's like, yes or no. And I'm like, yes. And I'm like, dude, as soon as that happened, like the inner 3rd grade me, which just like plopped out and was sitting next to me in bed. I'm like, I don't think you can watch this, dude. He's like, just shut up.
So it'd be
Hand me the controller.
fun to watch Black Mirror and then watch Bandersnatch, not knowing it's choose your story.
Yeah,
'Cause
because
then
the way I see it is like,
Starts talking to you and shit. It's like, oh my fucking god, it's happening.
no, because with Black Mirror is like it's a collection of different stories. So like there's not a main character. Sometimes there is and they'll carry it, but in the seasons it's always a different story, right? But to get in the mood of knowing what a Black Mirror film would be like, watch Black Mirror. Because if you sit through Bandersnatch and you haven't watched Black Mirror, you're gonna be like, I don't really get what they're trying to say. You know what I mean? That movie was alright. That movie was boring.
I probably get it because I do like it.
No, but in your case, I understand that you would get it.
Yeah, 'cause
you know what
I-
I mean? But there's some people that just like,
yeah, they
looking
don't
for, like,
understand that.
yo, pop a firework in front of me. That's fun. That's a good movie. You know what I mean? And I'm not like that. My
No.
thing's like, no, pop a firework
Michael
on somebody and have them explode. And then
Michael
like,
Bay.
It's like Michael Bay.
yeah,
movie.
yeah. Michael, 'cause it's
See,
like,
with
things like
that Bandersnatch movie or whatever
Yeah.
you're talking about, you know what it really really reminds me of is Final Destination 3 when they did the concept of doing a telltale thing on the. You don't remember that? Whenever it was the roller coaster scene, you got to decide if she got to get off or get on.
Dude, are you serious?
Yes.
Oh, when it came out on DVD?
Mhm.
Dope, I didn't know
And it gives you
that.
at least
And I've seen every Final Destination
and it
movie.
gives you 3 different scenarios. Towards the ending, you can choose the death that she gets. That was the basic one that she got in the movie. Then there was a second death that she gets. That's I think a year or 2 later.
Damn.
Again, and then there's another one where it's like an instant death at the beginning of the movie.
Dude.
Choose your fate.
It's the choose your fate, the fate one, and I
Turn
love that about that movie because that was the only Final Destination movie that they were able to do something like that. Because the concept was supposed to be in the Final Destination. They were going to wait until later on to do it, but they ended up doing it on there just to see if the the crowd would like it. But not everyone bought the DVDs. Assholes. Because they were going to do it for the Final Destination.
I didn't even know that. That's crazy. Now I
Yeah.
gotta go rent that just to. Well, no, you can't rent it.
I think it's
Now I
in
have to
like
go
the
buy it.
bonus
Oh, yeah.
features of the.
So where do you get a DVD from?
Amazon.
I mean,
I was like, it's in the bonus features if you want to do it. You just click
Dope.
on to choose.
To switch the. Dude, that's dope. That's because they're rebooting that franchise right now. From what I know, they're rebooting the Final Destination movies. They're rebooting the Wrong Turn movies. And
No. We just leave the old Final Destination.
My thing's like, yo, dude, Hollywood, just come on.
Sometimes
man.
you gotta let some things lie.
Like,
Right?
not only that, yeah, it's like
21 Jump Street.
not to be rude, but there's certain things like the Halloween movie. What I loved about it was that like the director came in and said, "Yo, I'm knocking away all the sequels. This is
Yo,
the
that
exact
was good.
sequel." That's smart
That
directing
was
right there.
good.
That's like I don't care what happened to all those sequels, doesn't matter. This is an exact sequel from the first movie.
So the first.
That's perfect. But when you have 13 Friday the 13th, and then you're like, "Yo, let's reboot the franchise now." It's like,
So are you gonna do all of the other
there's
ones
like,
too?
you know, like don't get me wrong. If you could do it right or do it good, that's great. Like when we got the It remake, it's like we haven't seen It since the 1990s. Now we're getting a more book accurate version. And people buy it because it's like, okay, the first one was a TV movie. This one's an actual theatrical release, and it's more related to the books. That's good. But as I said before, I've seen all 6 Wrong Turn movies, no matter how cheesy they got or when they all went to DVD after the first movie. And then like to see it again on screen, I'm gonna be like, no, but we get it. You know what I mean? But
I haven't seen the new one.
like with all the Wrong Turn movies, like they're hella cheesy after the first movie. Like it kind of falls down here, but the deaths and stuff, like if you're into that, you're gonna watch them all. And I did, and then to see it like, oh, let's reboot it. It's like, do you really want to? Like, like it doesn't need to be done. So that's where I stand with that, man.
It's hard to find good gore movie that isn't like completely sadistic nowadays. Well, I don't know if y'all saw that Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
No, dude, they have the have you seen the tin version they have at Walmart?
No.
It has them animated in the front.
Oh.
Tucker and Dale. It looks freaking sick.
You
I haven't
gotta
seen that.
watch
I've never
it.
seen it, but like every time I see that, I'm like, yeah,
Okay.
dude, this.
They go and they're like 2 guys and they're going on vacation, right?
Yeah.
They look like hillbillies, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're going on vacation and they end up at this gas station. And there's a group of college kids there and they're like real quiet and timid because they're just that way. They're from the city too. That's how everybody is nowadays. College kids are just like, those guys are weird, right? Well, they end up like on the same property. And like those kids just start killing themselves on their property. And the cops come and they're like, why are you killing all these kids? And they're freaking out because they're like, they just keep dying. They're dying all over my property. We're on vacation. And then they have a, like on the DVD, they have a flipped scenario to where it's from the college kids' point of view.
Oh, what?
And the Tucker and Dale look evil. So it's awesome. You got to watch it. You got to get the DVD version.
That's good. And that was the
version. I need to see the second.
You got to see it. Yes.
Yeah, the DVD.
I will find it and I'll get it on Amazon.
Yeah, the version they have there at Walmart.
You got to go ahead and,
But oh, dude,
not sponsored by Amazon.
yeah. Unless you want to sponsor.
Unless you want to sponsor this.
Free shipping that really helps. But no, like back to it all spawned from your mother, like trying to hold back on.
Oh, we're going all the way back.
No. We I keep track, homie.
Full
I keep
circle.
track. Full circle, homie. Your mom. So your mom was getting rid of your stuff, and then now you're like real big collector. It's what you love to do.
Yeah, I mean, when I was younger, I kind of knew that, like, because I would see things that I would like. This is really cool. I'm just gonna buy this and hide it forever.
Never open it.
Never. I don't know. It's just interesting to see these things, especially like.
You know, I don't collect things all that much. I've collected watches and things, but I don't collect toys.
Yeah.
I never have.
Well,
What do you still collect?
I have, yes, I do collect, but I do not. I haven't gone to like when I was younger I did, but I like knickknacks. Like I would find things at Hot Topic or Spencer's when I was little, but it was a different store. Spencer's when I was younger, they had a lot of like dragon stuff and swords and.
I was gonna say that. I was like, yeah, I'm not saying that I collect a lot of toys. Like, a lot of it was cards and just kind of cool things.
Yes, and that's
Like, you
what
didn't
I
have-
always like.
But I feel like that's because you're a kid, right? You don't know.
Yeah.
You just see something that's really cool. It's like, I really like this, and I kind of want to like keep it as is, right? Like,
I would go to like the Japanese Asian store where they had
Yeah.
all the cool stuff in there,
in the
and
trade
I'd want
center.
stuff in there too. You know? Yeah.
Yeah, in the trade center they had. I remember this one store that had like. When I was younger, dude, I was like an accessory kid. Like, so I've kind of started getting back into it, but
I got a box of watches.
Yeah.
From my entire life. I got a SpongeBob. I got a couple fossils. I got my brother has a couple of DBZ watches. He had a bunch of toys. A couple of Omexes. They're the quartz higher end ones.
Yeah.
And I got a bunch of watches and stuff, and that's what I like. You know, I got a couple of pocket watches.
Yeah.
Not all of them are expensive. There's like one expensive one, but I mean that's what I got.
That's
now.
dope.
Yeah.
That's dope, dude.
you know what Tissot is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very good brand watch.
Yeah, my grandpa's got me that for
Tissot.
graduation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Tissot. Tissot.
Tissot.
Something like that. Yeah.
It's a Swiss Swiss
Oh,
watch. Huh?
Swiss watch.
Yeah, it's a watch. It's a Swiss watch. It's like pretty high end brand. I like it a lot. It's pretty cool.
Hell
It's like
yeah.
my graduation gift. It's pretty cool. My grandpa collects watches too. But
So
he
it's a lot
collects-
of like. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say my grandpa also collects watches, but he collects like Rolexes. So
Those are
yeah,
30 grand watches.
he has
Rolex.
like
Rolexes.
he's
when
got
you
like
hear-
a whole stack of them.
You can go to the pawn shop, get one for
Damn.
$5, but it's worth like
But it's like when you think about
25,000.
Rolexes, like that's what you hear rappers bragging about. When you know rappers bragging about it, you're like, I can't afford that.
No, he's got it
it's
set up
being
too. Like
bragged about by rappers.
he puts it in this like case, and because all the Rolexes they're powered by movement. So,
Yeah.
they're automatic.
yeah. So this case actually spins them around in
Yeah.
their case, so they're constantly being
Dude.
charged. It's pretty cool, you know.
It's like when I think of like people that collect watches and stuff like that, I think of like Kingpin and every Daredevil season. He always had that scene when he would open up his drawer and like put on a nice suit. First he had a nice suit, and then he had the watch to go with it in the drawer, and then he had the cufflinks to go with it. Like that's like
He was the one they played Cell, right? He was Cell in
Vince D'Onofrio, the one
yeah.
from Full Metal Jacket.
Also,
Yeah, he
also
killed himself. Full Metal
but,
Jacket.
do you remember Cell? Where he was she would go into his dreams and he was like a demon.
Dude, I have not seen that.
Cell with
No.
Vince Vaughn and Jennifer Lopez.
Oh,
Now
Freddy
that
Krueger.
you're-
No.
Dude, now that you're telling me,
She
I
would
have
go
to
into
see it.
his dreams. Yeah, it's
That's
called
dope.
Cell.
I'm gonna check it out.
It is.
Thank you.
That's
That's
awesome.
what Freddy Krueger does. He goes into people's dreams.
Is it like a
He does.
90s film?
He is
or
people's
like-
dreams. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
he
a
is.
early
An
2000s.
early 2000s, late
Nightmare
90s.
on Elm
Yeah,
Street.
hell yeah.
Sick.
Hell no.
You've never seen Nightmare on Elm Street?
I've never seen Friday the 13th.
What the
Never
hell's wrong
seen
with you?
Nightmare on Elm Street.
You get the fuck out of here.
Halloween?
Never seen Halloween.
Those movies
Of course you
haunted
have, bro. How the fuck? How
my
old are you?
childhood.
Like you've seen Halloween. It comes every 31st of October.
What?
You haven't seen it. You
Never
can't
seen
just
it.
not see a holiday.
I'm Jewish.
You ever see the pumpkins or the people with the candy?
Never
Yes.
seen it.
No.
Oh shit! You blocked out
Yeah.
the entire. Wait, that's my favorite
What?
holiday.
What are we?
Just kidding, dude. So you've never seen any of like the horror films?
I hate horror.
Hey, that's cool then, man.
Yeah,
You're,
it's okay.
you're safe.
It's all right.
You're safe. I have a-
You're gonna what?
It must be all rainbow. It must be that world in Lego.
I mean, if you're starring,
Everything is
Yes.
awesome. Everything is cool.
Everything
You're
is-
part of the team.
I'm all in
And
it.
that's exactly what I. Hey, everybody! Right? Like, you talk to your coworkers, like super excited. What do you mean you're depressed? Like, no, but no, I feel you on that. No, no, because he said like I've never seen any horror movies, and I was like, oh, then you're good. And then he's like,
We're
he
Batman.
goes, your life. And he's like, first try. And, like we're talking about like your life's from like the Lego movie. Like as soon as Emmett wakes up, it's like everything is awesome, everything is cool when you're part of it.
Oh my god.
That's what you should.
Ew.
Never seen any of the Lego movies.
Okay,
Okay,
so
what
other
movies
reasons
have
are-
you seen?
You don't like art?
I think one time I saw The Little Rascals.
What the hell is that?
Okay. I had a crush on Darla when I was younger.
Okay.
Same.
Dude, when people talk about 90s crushes, I'm like, yo, y'all always leave out Darla, but I understand how weird it is to
They all
say.
leave out
Yeah.
Alfalfa too. Like, dude, he's
Like,
Yeah, she was like 5 years old at the time. I can't say that anymore.
Bug
Hey.
Hall is fucking.
But
hot.
yeah, that's the boy right there.
Did you see Cool Running?
Oh my!
It's like the same
God.
movie with
Have you seen Mortal Kombat?
Jamaicans.
Mortal Kombat. I have played Mortal Kombat.
Have you seen
John
the movie?
Gracie.
I didn't even know that was a movie. That's a
Are
movie.
you
There's
fucking
actually,
kidding me?
yeah, Mortal
Like
Kombat was a
three
movie.
There's
Yeah.
3 movies. That sounds horrible.
There was even an IGN series or Machinima series.
I've never.
No.
But I've never.
Did you see the Street Fighter movie?
Did you see the Street Fighter movie?
Yeah, it has the guy from Blood In Blood Out. Damien
Damn
Champa.
right.
I don't know. who that
Wait,
is.
Ken?
did Street
I've
Fighter
never seen Blood In and Blood
Out.
Out.
I want to like
No,
grab all my
Selena.
knowledge and like
I thought that was Jean-Claude Van
and
Damme.
just like throw it in you. What?
Wasn't that Jean-Claude Van Damme?
No, it's a
Street
Fighter.
Fighter.
Damien Champa and who's the other dude?
What?
Damien Champa plays what's his name?
Ken.
Ken, and Ryu's played by.
Are you talking about Ken and Ryu, where it's the Japanese version? That
No,
I
movie?
talking
talking about
about-
the English
You're
version.
talking about the English version.
I
not
know, but
Damien
it goes from different movies and like it changes scenes and it completely feels like different movies.
Champa. No, I
It's
don't-
like Street Fighter, just Ryu and Ken.
Yeah, they're in the Street Fighter movie, and then they made another Street Fighter movie years down the road.
Yeah, I know what you're talking. I saw that
with
one.
the chick from Smallville.
I've seen the Dark
Lana
Crystal.
Lang.
Wait. That's
Lana Lang.
Zhao Yu.
I forgot who she was in that movie. I didn't see that one.
Yeah.
I just remember Christine Krug because I had a crush on her like crazy. Oh, but horror movies and stuff like that.
Francine
And it's
Lee.
cool that you haven't seen it. Horror movies actually opened the doors to like I like studying serial killers. I think it's really cool. People think it's weird. I think
Have
it's
you
dope. The
seen-
Ted Bundy tapes just released.
Yeah, but
Which
have
got
you
me
seen
super hyped.
My Friend Dahmer?
Yes, that's a beautiful
Ross
movie
Lynch.
with Ross
That's
Lynch. That is oh my gosh, it's such a great
Our
movie.
Ross
It
Lynch
was
is
worth
fantastic.
the money though.
Hell yeah, dude! All I'm waiting for because now we're getting the Zac Efron as Ted Bundy. I'm waiting for that movie, and I'm just trying to push for them to get Ezra Miller to play Richard Ramirez in a Night Stalker movie.
Oh my!
Oh, if we can just get that, dude, I'm busting that all over Hollywood's
Do it.
face. If it's done right, I mean, Ezra Miller's not Mexican, but he is the
But he can
human
play
version of Richard
that.
Ramirez. Like,
Did y'all see
Night
the
Stalker.
No Country for Old Men?
Hell yeah, dude!
Dude.
Josh Brolin,
Dude. Tommy Lee
Javier
Jones.
Bardem.
Bardem.
Yeah,
That
it's always Jeffrey Dean Morgan, Javier Bardem. They look so much alike. So every time I'm like, don't say Jeff.
was a serial killer movie.
That was a crazy movie, dude.
Yes.
He shoots the door,
Dude.
the keyhole.
Ah.
Oh, that's a good one, dude. Another good one to me is Hell or High Water. That one has Chris Pine, Jeff Bridges, and Ben Foster. But you get the chance to check that out. Dope. What movie did you ask?
He's talking about all these
Oh, really?
nostalgic like horror movies, and he hasn't seen any of
Have
them.
you seen Puppet Master?
Leprechaun.
I've seen every Hellraiser film,
What?
dude.
Leprechaun.
Child's Play.
Leprechaun.
It's
Never
on
seen
Tuesday.
Leprechaun.
Oh,
I have
yeah.
seen a couple
Henry
of
Cavill's in
Okay,
a
so have
Hellraiser
you seen
film.
Leprechaun? So we've seen the
I have
comedic
seen them.
horror movie.
Yeah, but then you get a Leprechaun in space.
Oh,
and
you
it's
know
like,
what?
insane. That nigga's
What?
like-
You're talking about actual
You got
Leprechaun.
Jason in
No.
space
I've
too.
seen
though.
lots of them.
Jason X.
Yeah.
Jason X.
Huh? Nope. Not the new one, not the old one.
All right, let's get back to your story finished, right?
Yeah, okay,
You're
so
so
we're gonna go
I'm
on a
sorry.
broad
It's a 5-hour-long podcast.
pop culture.
Oh,
We're still going on there?
We were like really good interviewing you, and then you don't know shit. Really bad.
How did I get the funnel pops?
Yeah,
Funnel Pops,
I
there
don't
you
know
go.
that's the word. Say it again.
Funnel?
Finoco.
You call it Finoco?
Shit, man.
Yeah, that's what I said. I think you told me
Funnel?
It sounds like a type of
Say
porn.
it again.
I thought it was Funko.
Keep saying it.
Funko.
Hey, you watch
Yeah.
Finoco porn?
Just keep saying it.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, I do.
Say it
I like
more.
that.
You wanted to. So you're asking me when I first got into pops.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
the very first time I got into a pop was
1974. I was
actually
3 years old.
Country folk, man.
2016. Actually, my ex gave me a.
From Texas.
Huh? She was from Texas. She's in Houston now.
Like she's George Strait.
All my exes are from Texas.
And she gave me a Harley Quinn and Diablo pop.
The Suicide Squad movie.
Yeah, but we saw Suicide Squad,
Dope.
and she gave those to me like as like a gift. She's like, "Hey, they got this for you."
That's dope.
Yeah. So
What year was it?
That's a I think he had a flashback. He's like, I hate her.
Pull the ring.
Like, just for the hater. He was like, yeah, she gave me.
She ruined my life.
I remember what she told me after. She was doing this. That. No, don't get me wrong. That's great. I'm so glad y'all liked that video. My sister texted me the other day and said I was cringy because of the Hot Cheeto Heartbreak. And I was like, fuck you. Like, that hurt my feelings.
I don't know your sister, but I don't like her right now.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, you don't have to like it. Don't worry. You don't have to. You hear that? I'm calling you out. You got a podcast? No.
Really nice lady.
No.
You started 2016.
yeah,
Yeah.
2016. That
And
one.
like, did you just like keep buying, or like did you
Well, with
stop and then buy it 3 years later?
it kind of started as a competition because she actually really liked Friends, and she found some Friends pops.
Yeah, those are hard. hard to get.
Well, she found a few.
The original.
The original.
And so I bought those for her. Oh no, I found them. That's right. I found them for her. And we started this competition.
10 grand, but whatever.
Was that?
It's 10 grand, but whatever.
What? I don't think so. They were like lunchbox when I got mine.
Lunchbox.
Yeah. Box
lunch?
lunch.
It's
like-
There's only one in all of Houston, all right? Like, we happened to be there in the Galleria one day, and I saw it, so I bought them because she loves Friends.
Okay.
And
We
we started
Does
this
she have
competition.
any? Does she have any?
Does she have any friends?
Yeah. Besides the ones you bought her.
She loves Friends.
Oh, any pops?
No, any friends.
No, any
No,
actual
any
friends.
actual friends.
Oh my god. This is
Why is this so confusing?
yeah, I know. I'm like, what's happening? It started. Then we had a competition. I think I challenged her. I was like, "Hey, I'll tell you what." And the deal was we couldn't go online either. You have to find. I had to find all of Suicide Squad, and she had to find all the Friends. And I just kept buying more and more because I kind of liked them, and that's kind of what started it. And
You didn't think they look stupid with those big ass eyes and the big ass head and little body.
well, at first it was
It
a
was
gift,
more like-
right? Like I
We got a
didn't,
big
I didn't
ass
see
Bang
it.
them and kill them.
I didn't see it like, oh, this is gross. You know, I was like, oh, this is a nice gift. I did like Suicide Squad, right? So I mean, I didn't really look that hard into it. Jesus Christ.
I really wanted to buy Diablo for a while, but I just never did.
Yeah, I never got Diablo, and that's because I have most of the fucking Suicide Squad.
Like the Aztec Warrior or the little guy?
No, they never did the Aztec Warrior.
That would've been
pop
cool.
version of him.
Oh,
That'd have been cool, like a 6-inch. That'd have been
Yeah.
pretty fucking dope.
I've been wanting like a 6 or 10 inch Andre the Giant.
yeah.
Fuck.
Comes in a big box.
Did you ever complete your collection though, as far as Suicide Squad goes?
No.
Did you get Dr. Harleen?
Huh?
Did you ever get the Dr. Walmart exclusive ones? Those are like the hard ones to get.
Really? No. The one I got, it wasn't even the Suicide Squad Harley Quinn. It was just the normal DC Harley Quinn.
But it was the Suicide Squad Diablo.
It was the Suicide Squad Diablo
Okay.
and just regular Harley Quinn.
That was my favorite character in that fucking movie.
Yeah, I love
I
Diablo.
have
That's
my
why she
gripes
got
about
it.
Suicide Squad, but Diablo was my fucking favorite.
Yeah, because
What's this,
Hey, they're making another
I
one?
love Will Smith.
Yeah, I love Will Smith.
I
Is
heard-
Will Smith not coming out in the
No,
second
they're
one?
making a sequel, and it's going to be directed by James Gunn because he's no longer
Really?
working with Marvel. Yeah, so he's directing the sequel. But he said that the sequel is going to be somewhat of a sequel and a reboot. So, I mean, we're probably still going to get all the same characters we got in the first movie. It's just going to be James Gunn.
I thought they all did
But I
fine.
saw a commercial and Will Smith wasn't in it.
No, there's no preview or anything yet. It's probably fan made, man. Those
I
things will
swear.
fuck you up. If
Maybe
you
it
don't, like,
will,
You have to
yeah.
have the eye,
It
man.
might
I
have
know
been.
when people tag
Because
me
it
and
was
shit, I'm like, yo,
flip-flopping
fan
around.
made. Don't fuck with me again.
I-
Don't tag me in shit.
A
Sorry,
lot
just living
of
room.
people complained about like the actors and.
Well, the Joker didn't do very well. I
Really?
love
'Cause
I
really
love
liked
Jared
it.
Leto. You saw Lord of War? He played an amazing little brother.
Never seen it.
Have you see
American
Dallas
Psycho?
Buyers Club where he's
American
a woman
Psycho.
and then he plays a lot of great characters.
It's not that Jared
But-
Leto's a bad actor. I think it's what he was given and the
Yeah,
time that he was given in the movie.
I said that. I said, you know what? For what he was given, he did very, very well.
And the
He-
fact
he
that
I
he
was-
kind of liked it.
He was
Like,
not playing the Joker.
I
He was
thought.
playing a person that was trying to be the Joker.
I thought that he played a
It's like
very.
the Joker of the Joker.
Wait.
Of the Joker.
But his concept, though, honestly, just to be like very clear, his is different than what the original Joker. If you look back at the old Batman films,
Jack Nicholson.
yes, Jack Nicholson's his was not so psychotic, but his was just like kind of like playing a crazy man walking,
Yeah.
and then going up to
Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger, where
Yeah.
he took it to that next level to make it a psychotic Joker.
You know, I
Where he was
honestly
absolutely
don't
insane.
think that he was insane. I think that he was a man trying to rid the world of the man, of the ugliness in the world. He's trying to bring out and destroy what is above us that holds us down.
You talking about the Joker?
The Joker from the
Heath
the
Ledger?
Nolan movies, yeah.
Oh,
I think that he was somebody just in a world that he didn't like, and he was trying to hurt that which he didn't like. He wasn't trying to kill people or hurt the innocent. He was trying to make sure that everybody understood the way the world is and the way the world works. And it's really ugly the way the world is. He knew Batman was going to save us, but he was trying to destroy what's
You're the
above
type of dude
us.
that agrees with Thanos' snap, right? You're gonna fuck with us that way, dude.
Well, I'm just
Well, it
saying-
makes sense, right?
And then also-
I'm
I'm
just
kidding.
saying.
I'm just kidding. I get what you're saying. I get
But
what you're
also
saying.
then also in like that film, if you really look at it, the only time he really did attack someone was only for Batman. But he didn't hurt
Yeah.
majority of society only until when it went to the hospital, knowing that Two-Face was there. But at the time we did not know he was Two-Face until that big reveal,
And
and you're
Eckhart-
like, oh my god.
Frankenstein.
Well, his name was already Harvey Dent. So right off the bat, You know, it's like, oh, that's fucking Two-Face.
But you know,
But I
not
get what you're saying. The bigger,
everyone-
the bigger.
the
And
bigger
but then
deal.
again, it also, you know, you're saying Jared Leto, and like it's not, he's not a bad actor, and you're saying everybody compared him to Heath Ledger. It's like, oh, he wasn't Heath Ledger. Well, that's fine because Nolan's
not the
universe
same.
is not even comic related. Like Nolan took it far from the comics. He wanted to make a Batman as if Batman was just an idea and it was real life. That's what he wanted to do with each character. That's why Batman's characters weren't as. Now you have Snyder's universe, which is like, yo, fuck it, let's do Batman the way Batman's in the comics. Nolan's was like, yo, let's make Batman serious as if Batman could be a real vigilante, and this is how life would really be, right? So when people started comparing Leto to Heath, it's like, you can't do that. It's two different universes. It's two different directors.
Did y'all play the games?
Leto's Joker, by all means, was one like top out of all three. If you put him in order, honestly, he's like my top two. Heath is my personal favorite, and then Leto is my second. And absolutely, he played one of the best.
Got it, but he needs to do better. He needs to grow up a little bit and become. I think he's pre-Joker.
Well, no, at the same time, I think it was the director himself who said they cut out.
They cut out a lot of his stuff.
They cut out a lot of my scenes, so there's no character development of the person who's the side villain. Like, you know, Joker was the side villain, which is they shouldn't have done that. Like Heath Ledger said, if they wanted to, they should have just given me my own movie, like explain my character and stuff like that. So, I mean, it goes back to
basically was just about suicide.
But that what made him though also that he was so closed off. You know what I mean? So what do you call it? What would you call it?
More of like an introvert than an extrovert.
Yeah, so antisocial, more of a
Introvert.
hidden neuroses and hidden craziness. You know, the way he was. Nobody really knew who he was. Nobody knows his background. Nobody knows if he's ex-military. You saw his moves. He could fight. He could move. He could do things. You know what I mean? Where did he get all that from?
Well, even Joker doesn't know who Joker is. It's been like canon. Yeah, in any universe, Joker doesn't even know who Joker is. So I mean, like, I think that's okay. Like to kind of have that kind of, because nobody does, right?
Yeah.
Like, nobody knows who he is, and I think it's even been told. Like I can't remember in the comics at least. Like I can't remember who forced him into it, but oh no, Batman got the power of the All One. That's right, and he asked to. And the All One didn't even know who Joker was. They says I said something. He wants to know the Joker's identity, and All One says he doesn't know. Joker himself does not know who Joker is. So the fact that it's kind of like you don't know, you don't get a backstory, you don't get that kind of ideal where he gets his idea.
He's more like a dead man walking because he doesn't know what he is, and no one else knows what he is.
And I like that
he doesn't care where he ends up.
And I think that the main point of every Joker, and I think Jared Leto did it just fine. I think the point of every single Joker is to know that Joker never has an end game, and every Joker has gotten that very well. Like there's no end game for Joker. He's just there because he's
a dog chasing a car.
Yeah, he's just.
He wouldn't want to know when he caught one.
Yeah, when he caught one, then he's gonna burn it and then go find another car. I mean. There's no reason I caught
the
this.
hospital as a nurse.
No reason I did it. I just did it because now that I did it, I'm gonna go do it to someone else. You know, and that's kind of what Joker's whole mentality is, and I kind of like that. And I think what's his name? Jared Leto. I think he did just fine with his concept.
I think he could do really well.
Yeah, I think he did fine. A lot of people gave him shit, and I was like, I liked it. I liked where he went with it, and he kept the core of Joker.
It was showing his love for Harley Quinn. It did show a lot of that.
That was beautiful.
It was.
Cried on that scene. Went into the.
And then she thought he died, and she was just on the car just weeping.
Yeah, the man who goes toe to toe with Batman every day. At the end of the
He
day.
never dies.
I don't know if you know this, but Superman went toe to toe with Batman, and Superman died. So if you can go toe to toe with Batman, I'm pretty sure you're not gonna die anytime soon. How do you know that name?
Have y'all seen the College Humor?
I've seen, yeah.
I know. What are you talking about?
Those are the best. What
What
are
are
you
Batman when they have a college humor?
The only College Humor I know is Out Ruins Everything, and that's hilarious, by the way.
It's Batman. He's changing his voice.
Oh, he's trying to figure out what he likes.
Yeah.
Where are all the drugs going?
Yeah.
And then, where are the drugs going? Wait,
Oh, that's good.
That was
I like that.
what? Where are the drugs going? Lord of me! And then the guy's like, that fits, yeah. And he like lets him go, and he's like, Alfred, what do you mean? Who is this? It's Batman. Who else has this number? College humor.
We did it. We had sex, and I run around in a rubber suit all
Oh,
day
dude,
long.
I was just thinking
Really
about that
seals in
yesterday.
the
It's like,
flavor.
really seals in the flavor. Oh, dude. That was, oh, man. The college humor ones, though.
Those are the dope.
So it was,
we're 30 minutes in. Let's get into your story.
Oh,
glad it took 30 minutes to explain my story.
Yes.
Now we got the next
We
30
have
minutes.
questions.
Oh, we do.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of questions, I guess.
Yeah,
jeez.
Nick has a list.
where did my story leave off? I don't remember.
You even started
You even started.
collecting.
Yeah,
No,
so
start watching.
Where did I start collecting? I don't know. I just
Started at-
when I was a little kid, I just like to grab shit and take it from people.
I just like
I just had
stealing.
like a drawer full of stuff that wasn't mine.
So
So
you were the original thief.
I gave it up though. I don't do that anymore.
He's deep as
That
that's
sounds
torch.
I'm a different man.
I'm a different
Check my
man.
pockets. Like, actually.
I've made many changes in my life. I come and go. I don't know. I got
Go quick, answer the phone. Wait, continue.
Well,
like I said, I don't really collect toys too much. I do like shiny things, and I like things that make noises. So, like musical instruments and things that like. I have a lot of Sony speakers. My friend here has a lot of JBL, and he pretty much got me started. I saw his first small JBL speaker, and I was like, I gotta have that. So I went on Amazon, and I got me the biggest Sony speaker, the double one that lights up and everything.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I got 2 of those now.
What the?
Yeah.
Where do you work?
Hey,
You're hiring.
Dude, I got 2 of them. He knows what I'm talking about.
Best Buy.
And,
No.
no, I got it on Amazon. They had 2-day shipping. And
There you
uh,
go. They should
gotta
make
use it
it better.
somehow. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And then like I go to the pawn shop for no reason. Most of the time, I'll go to the pawn shop just to find something that might be nice and shiny. Like I went and I found this old 70s radio one time.
Oh.
I like radios. And I got this old 70s, got like all the NOAA radio station on it and everything. It's really cool. And I don't know. And then I went to the pawn shop another time and I got me one of those older Sony Bluetooth speakers. Like,
Yeah.
And there's like a smaller one, but it sounds vibrant and amazing. It's just nice. It's small like this, but it makes the greatest sounds. And then I don't know, man. I don't know. Whatever my son wants, I pretty much get him. So
Oh, wow.
a lot of video games. He likes Fortnite now. I
Yeah.
hate Fortnite. I can't stand Fortnite. Y'all like Fortnite?
Nobody
I like
does.
Fortnite.
I love
I-
Fortnite.
It's the best game
I
ever.
like
hate
it.
Fortnite. You
Fortnite.
really want him
I
to
don't
play
fuck
a
with the
good
name
shooter
of
game?
the
Fuck
game.
everyone.
Get
else.
him
I don't care. We'll do it.
He
And I'll
has-
floss on y'all
he
when
has
I'm
Call of
done.
Duty, the new
Fortnite
one.
dancing y'all.
Do you know how many times Fortnite has already been sued? Like 6 times for every single dance move. That's
Yeah,
on
with
the
that
whole
dance
list.
stuff.
I didn't do any research, and I don't know anything about this. I just read the article that said the Orange Justice Kid's mother is suing Fortnite. To which I said, "Can you do that? Your
They-
son,
they
your
are-
son donated
They're doing
a
it.
dance
They're definitely doing it.
in a contest.
Actually, your son danced
For the
and somebody
contest.
took it. Like you can't trademark everything you do. Your son shouldn't have been so fucking dumb.
No, it was a contest.
It was a contest.
Yeah,
to send in?
Fortnite ran a
I
dance
don't know.
contest, and the top 5 people that got
It isn't
like,
dumb if they win, because if they win, they won.
well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you won a competition that says, "Hey, if you
No,
dance,"
I mean the lawsuit. They win the lawsuit, then they didn't lose, right? They're gonna get the money. Fortnite has plenty of money.
Yeah, they do, but at the same time, it's like you want a competition to give them that.
yeah, it's just the ethics, right? Like, I'm
Yeah.
just saying, it's like you're
Now you're
In
suing.
the world we live in, you're talking about ethics. Come on, Donald Trump trying to build a wall to keep out Mexico.
How old was the kid?
How childish is that?
How old was the kid?
The kid was a
How childish is it that Donald Trump
Did he
wants to
did he
put
get
a wall
consent from the mother
to
now?
keep out
He signed-
Mexicans?
Someone signed the papers, right?
It's pretty
I'm
childish.
not saying it's
That's
not
what I'm
childish.
saying,
I'm
like,
just saying there's a lot to be said.
Like,
Ugh.
you're
It's a whole
right.
other
It,
podcast.
it is like an age thing, like to
Oh,
where.
if we want to get into this Donald Trump
Yeah.
video thing, I got some more.
What the
Yeah,
hell?
it's six.
Talking
Yeah,
because
but-
he asked a good question. He says, "How old's the kid?" And I said, "Okay, well, you know what? Like, there were guidelines, right? Like, you had to, if you entered, it was in the guidelines. Like, you're understanding that your parents have consented to letting you be in this contest, right? Like,
Yeah.
it was because it wasn't like they signed up or anything. They literally recorded themselves and then posted it on Twitter. Like that was the whole contest, and just Twitter went through the most liked ones, right? And Orange Justice won.
Yeah.
He was like one of the most popular. He was the most popular actually, and so that's the one they picked. I think one and like 2 more, but yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
So to sue it now is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, like how can you do that? I don't.
It's
get
like
it.
the whole H&M controversy about the kid that was wearing the black kid that was wearing the coolest monkey in the jungle. She
Did
was
you
like,
see what the mom said?
but like it's like the mom was like, we're fine with it. Like
Yes.
we're the ones. We gave them permission to take our son. And I'm like, if the parents are not mad and the kid gave consent, the parents gave consent. America, you're the ones making it a problem. So
That's
going into
what I
H&M's and
said.
throwing things all over the place, you look stupid.
And it's like
and
no one talks
So
about
like nobody
that.
called you a monkey, and then you go and act like one in an H&M. It's like, like, are they wrong though? Because like the way you're acting right now, you kind of, you know what I mean. So I get what you're saying though. It's like the controversy that we spark out of little things like that, or like stuff that we give consent to.
Yeah, and
You
it's,
know, like from the dance to as an H&M controversy.
It's all
It was
about the
consent.
almighty dollar, bro. So
but they
whoever
were-
can get the cash.
What the parents are fine. No one. It was
Oh, the
somebody
H&M
else.
thing? Yeah.
Somebody completely.
But the
unrelated to his
Orange
whole
Julius
family.
thing at the same time, though, like that's what's weird to me. Like you telling me the story now, like there's
Yeah, well, and I didn't. Like I said, I only saw the article. I don't know like in depth about it, but that's what the Orange Justice came from. Orange Justice came from a contest. Like I remember, it was this big old thing because I think he actually didn't win at first, and then a lot of people were pissed. Were like, "Hey, this kid won," and then Fortnite's like, "Oh, okay, we'll put him to the top. My bad. We'll put these guys down." But yeah, I do remember like how it happened, and yeah, talking about the H&M thing. I think it's so funny how people like never talked about how the mom made a very public tweet saying, "Hey guys,
Oh, cool.
just so you know, I am the parent of said kid. I was okay with this photo shoot. I was actually behind the camera with my child at this photo shoot. I didn't see any problem with it. I don't know where this came from. Didn't come from my family. So I have no idea what y'all are going on about." And that's it's so strange, right? Like, where did any of this come from anyways? Like, who saw this and was, if it was like their parents, oh, okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking when I first, got wind of this. Then I did a little bit of research. By the way, if anything ever happens ever, do like, I don't know, 5 seconds of Googling. That's just like little advice, life advice, because things go way too far, way too fast. And like, if you just Google anything for like 5 seconds and get your own opinion on a topic, I mean, it's going to do you a lot of good in life. Like, people see an article on Twitter and they don't even read it. They just see the
retweet
headline.
and the Yas
Yeah,
Queen
it's,
speak.
it's just the
Yes,
headline.
Queen.
And when you click on, but if anyone who with a brain cell clicks the headline, it says, "Just so you know, this is actually fake." Oh,
Oh,
cool.
okay. Hey, yeah, I have a
Thanks.
brain cell.
yeah. I actually read the article and now I'm like, oh, okay, this is fake, but it's got 7,000 retweets and a lot of people now have a hashtag movement for it. This is great. I love America.
Yeah, it's a crazy thing, dude.
Back to your son in
But-
Fortnite.
So I never heard about any of this situation here. Just to clarify, I didn't know what y'all were talking about. Here or there, anything coincidental is.
I know how I feel with the movies.
No.
You're a 11-year-old
You know
son,
what we're
right?
talking about at all.
Yeah, your 11-year-old son, right?
No. Yeah. Like I said, he's smarter than I am. He's getting better at video games than me too now. That really sucks. I don't know if I can keep up with him anymore.
It's crazy to think you have an 11-year-old son. I don't see that.
Yeah, I'm an 11-year-old, yeah, son. Yeah.
Same. I'm all,
When you said that, I was like, but I feel like I've met you before, man, and it wasn't here.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I think
Yeah.
I met you before.
No,
but I don't know who I met you
I
with.
get this a lot. This is,
Facebook people.
there's
No,
this
no, like I
person-
really met you.
Yep.
You may know.
There's
We've
just
met
people
before.
in different
friends.
places around the world that look just like me.
No, dude, I met you
like
because I remember you
6
talking
or
about the kid as
7.
well. Who do you hang out with aside from like the people here? Like, who are your friends?
Wow.
No, but I'm being like that. No, I'm being for real because you can name a different friend, and I'm probably like, that's how I remember you.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I don't want to name drop on the internet.
I don't know how we met, man, but
We'll
we met.
discuss
I know
it.
we met. Dude. I know
How I
we
met your
met.
brother.
I know we met. It was I forgot where it was, man, but I remember you being like,
Yes.
they gave your full name, and they're like, oh, yeah, they call him Wad for sure. And I'm like, sure. And I was like, oh, that's
No,
dope.
he's
And
the
then
only
you
one
talked
that calls
about-
me Vlad.
Okay, but like, no, dude,
And then
I forgot where it was, man, but I do remember meeting you because then you dropped
Will
me had
and
a son
Eva.
too, and I was like,
Will and Eva.
I don't know, Will and Eva. I don't know if I know Will.
I know Will and Grace.
Will and
Will and Grace.
Will and
Mm.
Will and Grace.
I want to find out, man. I gotta go back into my mind, but I remember.
Well, if you don't know them, then no, probably.
Oh, those the only other friends you hang out with?
Yeah, that's it, man.
Will and Eva. What's Will's last name?
I'm not gonna just say it all on
I
the
don't
internet.
care.
I
Exposed.
didn't know.
Just message him real quick.
It was probably
Find
from
him
them
on
then.
mutual friends.
I'll take a picture of you, send it to him.
Or just
Who the hell is
send me a
that?
picture of how they look, and I'll be like, I knew them. Okay, that's how. There it
You
is.
know Mr. Fresh?
You would know them by now if I had said their name.
Oh, Rob
Yeah,
Zombie.
dude, I'm sorry.
Rob
Man,
something.
I just
Who? Robin Big? What you're talking about?
People let
We don't say so much.
Anyways.
Question number 2.
Wait, don't.
No, I don't know. You have any questions?
sorry.
That's all I got, man.
Wait, don't. Are we going?
I'm not very special.
No, he's
I'm
he's
part of the
always-
podcast,
Oh,
homie.
my bad.
He's the-
You said 3. Oh,
Get
there.
off.
My bad.
Get off my podcast.
Right here, guys.
Yes.
That was other questions that.
I mean, to be fair, y'all's collecting stories don't really match up to my questions at all whatsoever. So I can't really question
What's your
them.
favorite pop?
Yeah.
My favorite pop
Oh,
that I have.
because you expected it to be populated.
Pop-related collecting
Okay.
figurines.
All right.
I think my favorite
Curveball.
pop right now would probably be. I have a Monsters Inc. variant of Sora, who I would say is probably my favorite right
I
now.
thought exclusive.
Yeah, it's not top exclusive.
That's a good one.
I had a Deku that was worth about $400, and then they reprinted it, and now it's worthless, and that was really sad.
It's like $30, huh?
Yeah, it's really worth that bumfuck nothing.
You don't collect pop, so what's your favorite watch?
Okay, so I have a pop.
Oh,
I have a pop.
Shut the fuck up, boy.
It's
Who's
good.
the host?
It's good. I have a Stormtrooper pop,
The red one or the regular?
the white original.
The life size one.
Yes, and I sleep with it in my bed.
My brother does too.
Okay.
I have. I don't think it's a bobblehead though. It's just regular.
Shouldn't they all be bobbleheads though?
Not
Star
all,
Wars and
not all Star
the
Wars
old ones
ones.
I don't think were.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think it's just the new ones because they're Disney.
Dude, it's a
I think, right?
Stormtrooper.
No,
Star Wars.
Marvel's. Star Wars.
I know that Star Wars has always been bobbleheads.
No, not all
Right?
of them.
Which ones are not
I don't even know
bobbleheads?
any
Because I
Star
remember that's the only
Wars
reason I never collected them before.
BB-8.
Like
Hey,
when
you
I
know,
first
we're
started,
gonna
then I
leave
got
it at
into
Pops,
it.
right?
BB-8 or 2D2.
They're gonna be guests.
They're not bobbleheads.
I know more about pops than I do.
What's some questions?
His friends that you-
I'm
that you do.
curious.
Yeah, you have any questions?
Yeah, I'm curious. Ask questions anyway.
Yeah, not gonna ask these questions.
I'm curious.
No.
I want to see what's
Not
up.
gonna know.
I used to race cars back in the day.
I forgot where I saw you, man. I know we met.
Okay, when I was
Oh,
younger,
we're going back.
interaction outside of a movie
when,
theater.
when I was younger, I had a motorcycle. It was a Gixxer 750. I wrecked it a lot.
No,
I got a lot of road rash.
I think maybe I met you because I remember you mentioning I have a son. I remember that happened in the conversation.
That is the weirdest thing to
It's
remember.
weird, I know, but I remember looking at you and I was like, dude, you look young. Like to have a son.
You're having
And so
deja
right now-
vu.
No, I'm gonna go back to that deja vu and tell him to make the right fucking choice and remember this conversation.
You're having
You're
deja
like,
vu.
"You're
It's okay.
I'm getting anxiety.
That is my life. I live in deja vu. I think I live in people's dreams sometimes. It was that one.
Yeah, it's probably. Never mind.
Oh. I don't know what those are. Let me try to find you some questions.
How's it feeling for wrestling team entertainment, sir?
That's
It's
a good question.
interesting. I've only I've been asked to be part of like other things, but this is the only one that I actually like was interested in because I actually like know these people. Whenever you stream on Twitch, you always get like these random like it's true. Like you have so many people that just like I'm a nobody on Twitch. All right, like if you're messaging me, you're like, "Hey, want to join this team?"
Join Colt?
Yeah.
No, no, I don't.
Ooh,
Goodbye.
you're so cute in that.
What?
But yeah, you get a lot of random messages from people that like want you to join like their stream team, and I don't know. It's just so weird.
They
Like,
want you to join their clique.
yeah, if you never met someone and they've never been to your channel, they've never watched you, never said a word to you, and it's just suddenly like,
Hey, what kind of games do you play?
right now I play a lot of Dead by Daylight. That's like where I started on, but I really wanted to get into Kingdom Hearts. I kind of fucked myself recently, but
It's a fun.
not as great as you think it is. Not as great. You know, I thought at first it'd be kind of. I think it's the beginning part,
Did
right?
you destroy
Once
your
get-
game?
Huh?
Did you destroy your game?
No, I
Did
work
you
in.
drop your Xbox on the floor?
I don't own an Xbox.
You're already on the wrong path.
I work a lot of hours, so if I ever want to really seriously kind of get into a certain game that I know I could do good in and be entertaining with, I have to take time off for my job. And recently, I made the mistake of Kingdom Hearts 3 finally coming out. I wanted to stream it. I was all set up. I even cleaned up my setup. Like I cleaned my entire PC and everything because I wanted it in top performance. And I requested off for the 25th for the release of Kingdom Hearts 3 in Japan.
Do we have time to hear about his build?
What build?
My PC.
Your PC?
It's nothing special. I mean, I just have a 1080 with a Ryzen 7 1700X.
Is that a graphics card?
Huh?
Is that a graphics card?
My GTX 1080. That's
The Ryzen?
Yeah, well, Ryzen's my CPU.
Yeah.
CPU is my Ryzen 1700X 7. Yes, 1700.
So you're running AMD.
Yeah, AMD. It was cheaper than
Intel.
Yeah, and just the parts were just generally. But I mean, graphics card's good. Yeah.
I'm running an A8 processor, bro. So,
An A8?
A8.
Oh, okay. I thought you said an I8. I was like,
With
why are you complaining?
standalone graphics.
Yeah. Now I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I thought I heard it wrong. I was like, wait.
You're not doing bad.
Are you?
I just use mine for StarCraft and.
I was about to say that. I was like, but you probably don't stream, do you?
No.
Like, yeah. Okay. Well, different.
Okay, let's go back to the.
He
What
burped.
was the question? Yeah.
What? There was no question at all.
Can I ask him something?
Me?
Something about Twitch.
You asked me what's it like being part of Wrestling Kingdom.
And he,
It's like money in the
Yeah,
bank.
another question.
okay, I think I saw the question. I guess what was the weirdest item y'all ever collected?
Weirdest item?
Yeah,
Weirdest item? I had a wife for about like 6 years, so it's gotten pretty weird.
A wife?
Gotten pretty
A
weird.
wife? What was that?
You said a wife.
I said a wife.
You collected a wife. Gotta give it away. Taking up too much space.
She was a weird
like,
one.
Do you like any like flashlights or any shit?
I feel like body
He's
pillows.
gonna-
Is that
No.
Drop it.
Is it?
Not
I
sponsored
don't know
by
if that's
Flashlight.
But if you want to,
But if you want to.
It's like probably the weirdest thing.
So body pillows.
What's
So
worse?
you don't have anything like that. Like, come on, you could be open. Like, if you
Body
got,
pillows?
like, yo, I collect my condoms. Like, or like, I still have my first. Like, we talked about that on Breezy's. Like,
Porno
Like,
mag.
we had our
haven't
first
sex in
used
like a
condom,
year,
and it's
so I'm
like-
like way off of that one.
Okay.
there's nothing wrong with that.
What was that again? When did you collect this week?
Um,
Open up the conversation more.
I'm surprised.
yeah, no. I
Bobby-
think I was collecting my cigarette packets, remember? And I thought that was like weird.
And you
Said
got
cigarette
You
packets
were just
instead of
too
your
lazy
movie
to throw them
stubs.
away.
No. Like I collected to see how much I was smoking and told myself like stop, quit, and then it
Oh,
didn't work.
cigarette.
I was like, oh,
You know
cool.
what? I said cereal.
I stopped. I quit.
I keep the beer
Oh,
tops.
cigarette.
Oh, okay.
I heard cereal.
So I can know
Yeah, I was like, I would keep them in a drawer, and I'd be like,
trash cans
I was
full
like,
of
oh
stuff.
man, this already like it's enough, like no more. And then when I realized that didn't help, I was like, I need to stop collecting these. This is fucking-
Then yours was what, belly washers?
I quit
What
smoking.
was mine?
You said
You said condoms, but you said like all types. Like you actually
That's right.
you did, and I was like,
But
oh,
you
that's
said
dope.
controllers.
You would go
Xbox
to
controllers.
the convenience store and put the quarter in there and just get the random one that would come out.
Oh, it's
I
like
just want
those.
to say I'm 23 and you're like 33.
No, I remember what you're saying though, because I remember walking
I
into
remember
like
seeing
certain
those.
convenience stores to take a piss,
I say
and
real.
they were inside
that
the
mean?
restroom
That was
on the
like
back,
down.
and I would
Okay.
freak out, and I was like, "There's
What is that?
that
ring?
said they had like scented, they had glow in the dark,
Tasty.
they had tasted." I
Yeah,
would be like,
flavored.
"Who wants head with a condom on?" I was like, "How? It's not like the pussy like tasting that." Like I remember just when I was younger, like I would see that and be like,
Maybe it's for after when you eat her, then you can taste something.
oh, "Okay, probably." I don't know what that was. I just thought
Keep
that
it
was super
clean with
weird.
the condom, and
Yeah.
then you can taste something. After.
So it's kind. So what you did is kind of like those penny crusher things.
Penny
only
crusher?
you use
No, I
condoms.
didn't. Oh, yes, I bought them.
What the-
I was like 8 years old, like, oh, what's this? I made a balloon.
What's this?
Balloon
What's
animal.
this?
Yeah, balloon out of a condom. That's kind of impressive, to be honest. Would you make? Unless it was a worm, like then it's not that impressive.
He just drew on the eyes.
Yeah,
It was an animal.
It's a dick.
Look, mom, it's a penis.
It's a dick.
It's a penis.
Look, mom, it looks like that thing in your drawer.
It's
Did y'all
really
okay.
lubed.
Did y'all see that video where they
He's
got
absolutely right.
the Magnum, right? And they got it out the window and it blew
Yeah,
up?
dude,
Oh
that's
my
crazy,
God.
right?
It didn't even explode.
I know. That's a condom right there. That's a baby
10 out of
proof
10.
condom.
All right. Yeah, how found out what we collected were, weird stuff. What do y'all collect now? That's weird.
Did I
Yeah.
just say it?
Is it like,
Okay.
Body pillows. is
Yeah,
weird.
it's like body,
Body
pillows.
pillows as well?
Yeah, do you know what body pillows?
I
are?
mean,
Body pillows are fun.
I
yeah,
don't
they're
know.
basically. If you don't know what a body pillow is, it's
it's
just
your fuck pillow?
Yeah, it's basically just a very beautiful anime woman.
I didn't know they were all anime women. I had a Star Wars.
You didn't know what a
one.
body pillow was?
Well, I have a body pillow, and mine was just like a long ass pillow, and it was Star Wars, and I'd be like, man, this
Mine
thing's
has
comfy as
Kylo
fuck.
Ren on
I like to collect anything that's electronic, like old cell phones and Zunes and iPhones. If I see one that someone's not
Fucking
using
Zunes?
anymore,
That's dope.
I just keep them. You know, I have them on my dresser,
it.
whatever I can
Mine
find.
still has
Yeah, they
that
still
old
work.
playlist on there.
I got a Zoom, but it's my brother's. He
That's
just
dope.
left it, so I got it.
Dude, in
Yo,
Houston.
you got a charger though?
Yeah,
Okay, I might need to hit you up. 'Cause I have my old
Yo,
one.
you got a charger, bro?
That one kid you trying to get rid of.
Hey, yo, bro, you got a charger? Hey, bro, you
No,
got a
I never
charger?
I
thought you
I
was
said
like,
I had.
No, this is just like a one-time thing. I'm only on the podcast for one episode. Hey, you got a charger, bro?
I used to have cool toys, man. I had like this. I had the Austin Powers, and he had his like dresser. And then my brother liked the Patamon, the Digimon.
Oh,
And then I used to get like race cars. I used to get a lot of RC cars, whatever I can find. I used to do the RC tracks. I got a train still.
Band?
Huh?
The band? No,
I'm
just kidding.
It's like
You
a
collect the
Christmas
band?
tree train.
No, I got
know?
you. I got you.
And then I got, what do I still have? I like tactical stuff. You know, like
Oh, that's dope, man.
my dad has a lot of stuff. Like he taught us how to bow and arrow, so we got that. And then I like belts, so I got a couple belt buckles. I like technology, so I just keep all the old things just there. And whenever I'm at the pawn shop, dude, if I find something that's awesome and it's old, I don't even care. As long as it works, I'm gonna get it.
Dope. That's dope, man.
Yes.
But go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
My thing goes back to I love your collection, right? I think your collection's great. But now you gotta explain to me what the fuck a body pillow is, because now you said there's anime girls
You've
on
never
there.
seen a body pillow?
I've seen body pillows, but never in the shape of an anime
Yeah.
chick or
It's
like.
not in the shape.
Yeah,
It's
yeah. I
just
don't
a
have one, but I've
giant-
seen one. It's got boobs. it's
Yeah,
got
yeah.
butts.
You can actually
Anime
like
titties?
feel and shit.
Wait, it has lumps.
Yeah.
And you can actually
So it's like a sex pillow.
I've seen
not
that.
a sex
like,
doll.
Well, there's two sides.
doesn't
There's the
have
one
a-
side that's like the cuddling side, like it's fully clothed. Then you flip it over and it's fully naked, and that's where you kind of.
You have that.
Yeah,
That's what you have. That's what you have.
Yeah, that's fucking
And that's
weird.
and that's the story ends.
I wanna know if it was weird. That's weird. I'm just kidding.
You wanted to take it
Just
to the
kidding,
next
man.
level.
Just
I brought it.
I can still
Just
take it to
kidding.
another level, but then I've already been
okay.
explained that I can't take it to that level. So
Okay, all right.
explain that after the podcast.
All right.
It's
Okay.
advisory, but you know, a lot.
Oh yeah, this would be way.
Yeah.
Like I could probably get arrested.
What the hell? Those guys buy pillows.
All right, we've just been cut off of YouTube.
All right, what's
This is why I stream. Because if I talk for too long like this,
Nick,
I expose myself.
you already answered that?
What? What?
What was your first pop?
Answer of episode 1.
Okay, then I need
What was your first body pillow?
I don't have any body pillows.
But if
I
you,
think
What the
you
fuck do I need that for?
if you could buy a body pillow, what would be the first
I
one?
see it something, I'm gonna fuck it.
He just got really guarded.
Hold on. Okay, so next question would be, what's one thing on your want list, right? Like, what's one thing you
I
want?
love
Or like,
body
I was trying to
pillows.
ask that.
oh, go ahead. No.
This
I'm
guy.
sorry. No, I'm not gonna.
take mine. Take it.
Oh, no. I can't say it. Say it. What was the question? It's not coming out. Nigga.
What's one thing on your want list?
Want list?
Want list.
If,
Or
like,
your needs
To
list.
collect, buy, yeah, you've been wanting for a while. But you haven't gotten.
Is it like?
Besides Kingdom Hearts 3, because you want that real bad.
Well, I already have it. I just need to download it. But anyways, that's a long story. But, so are we going like full on? Like, let's say I could have anything in the world.
We're not saying you want a Lamborghini. We're asking you like, hey,
Well,
you're
what's-
thinking
what
pop,
can
what's
you
the pop you're
afford?
looking for?
I was gonna say if
What's
I could have
one rock
anything,
you're
like
looking for?
I just like collect real anime women. That'd be something that'd be.
Oh
dope.
boy.
I really hope Elon
Sex
Musk
bikes.
makes that real.
He wants a girlfriend.
I know Elon Musk is getting out there for me. He says he's gonna make anime girls. Real
Have you
one
seen
day.
those flamethrowers?
Elon Musk.
Anime
Those
girls,
flamethrowers are bad.
Banging.
So, of anything that you can collect, you want to collect anime chicks,
Yes.
right? That's what you'd want made. To
Supposedly,
collect.
I would prefer them to be like cyborg style. But like
Cyborg style.
they kind of. Have you ever seen Futurama?
Like Alita?
You ever seen
Like that new
Futurama?
movie Alita that's coming out? You want them to look like her?
No. Have you ever seen Futurama?
How
Oh, yeah,
bad
I've seen some of it.
Have you seen the one where he prints out Lucy Liu on a fucking blank
On
robot?
a body
No,
pillow.
I've never seen that.
That would be
Pillow.
sick. I wish I could do that. Anyways, so there's an episode of Futurama where Fry actually he puts like just a blank robot in. No, it was the professor. He put a blank robot in this machine and he pressed print, right? and he printed Lucy Liu onto this blank robot.
And he's like, "Oh, that's a mistake."
well, he gave it to Fry, and then that was like Fry's like love robot.
It's like whenever Morty had a love robot, and then he has a kid. Rick and Morty.
That was Rick and Morty.
Yeah, I know that. But it's
that
like
would be cool too.
Yeah.
I'd be down with that. Like beside with the kid part that tries to take over the world.
Yeah,
but
so if one thing on your want list, if they could make it, Elon Musk, if you're listening, and he probably does listen, man. I know podcasters who went to Elon Musk. He knows Post Malone.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
Post Malone. Elon Musk knows people.
He's got like a warehouse where he's already doing that.
And he has weird ass dogs. They're weird.
Musk.
Yeah, Elon Musk.
So does Amazon.
No, I mean like weird ass dogs. Like his dogs are like robots, but they're dogs. They just
Have you
stare
seen
at
the new delivery little carts for Amazon? It goes
probably
in walking
robot dogs.
pace. It's walking pace.
I'm not doing
And
this.
it goes to your house and it drops
I'm
stuff
not
off.
living this life. I'll kick it. I'll
and
kick
then
it.
it leaves all
I'm
walking.
Will Smith with a Converse and iRobot.
You're
That's
like,
me. I'm not
iRobot.
doing
You're
that.
like, I've seen this.
But that's honestly, that was a really creative answer, bro. Like that, I expected like a pop, and then hey, you're anime porn. Remember the girl at Hooters?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Wings and More. Shout out.
She was dope.
She was dope. If you can have anything that you want to collect, that's what Franco was saying, what would you have? Like, not like so much like, oh, I want to collect it, but like if it could have been made, would you want like out of your collection?
All,
like,
honestly.
wait,
he switched it.
Wait.
The question was like, well, what have you and Adam been searching?
Yeah,
for?
like, oh, okay.
What
So
nice
Okay,
You didn't say that.
okay. I got it.
What's on
I
your
got it.
board,
I got it. Did y'all ever see?
Definitely not.
Did y'all see?
Probably me though. Okay.
Did y'all see Beverly Hills Cop where he goes to the park?
With Eddie
I
Murphy.
did.
Eddie Murphy.
1, 2, and 3.
I don't remember it all. It's been a long time.
You remember what's his name?
Will Smith.
No.
I don't know. He's usually.
He's the French guy or whatever that sells at the boutique. At
So
the
he had something
boutique.
there that you would.
Did you see that bazooka that he had?
You know what
It had the net thrower and then the bazooka and then it had a microwave on the side, had a phone on it and all that stuff.
Bazooka Joe.
Did you see it or not?
I don't recall this, but I know what you're talking about.
See?
I know Beverly Hills Cop, but I don't remember it all. That's my thing.
I want that bazooka.
That's what you would have made.
Probably.
Okay, cool. So, you said that originally Ryan switched up your question, which was originally.
I want to change my.
So I get another question?
Wait, hold on. If you
No
I change your
redos,
answer,
nope.
I'll redo it. I mentioned earlier that I saw a movie called The Dark Crystal.
Yeah.
In The Dark Crystal, and if you don't know what The Dark Crystal is, it's a movie entirely made out of puppets.
Is that the labyrinth?
What, Jennifer Connelly?
So, like the puppet master?
Oh, no, Jennifer Connelly. Oh.
Yeah! The labyrinth.
What?
David Bowie's in Labyrinth as well, right? Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, in one of the scenes, the main character, his name's Jen, was
Look like Jen.
huh?
Look like Jen's.
No, there's a naked. When he's a baby, he was getting a bath, and that's a puppet, by the way. So somewhere on this earth, there is a naked baby puppet Jen, and I want it.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Did y'all ever watch Antique Archaeology?
YouTube.
What is it called? The one on History Channel where they go around and they look at
I'm sorry, I was
collections.
thinking of the baby Jen.
No, I've never seen it.
Antique Archaeology is their place, but they have a TV show called.
Watch too many things.
Well, it's a good TV show, but they go around looking at like people's collections, and somebody had the original Yodas,
What?
the original
That's
sculptures
sick.
of Yoda, and they were fucking amazing. Y'all have to watch this
Are you talking about Antique Hunters?
Antique Archaeology, but it's what the hell is the show called?
Antique Hunter.
American Pickers.
American Pickers.
I was trying to figure because you kept saying
That's a
Antique
good
Hunters.
show.
I'm like,
That's
the guy wears a hat similar to the one you're wearing, right?
Of course.
The taller one, and then there's a short one with the beard.
It's Mike and
Sully.
no,
Oh, dude, this isn't fucking Martin
It's a solid movie. Okay.
But anyway, they find a bunch. That's where my shit comes from. When I was a little kid, my grandpa used to take me to garage sales all the time, and that's why I like shiny old stuff.
Dude, that's
I go to garage
dope.
sales all the time, but I don't like that stuff.
I love garage
I
sales.
like
dude.
I also sue stuff.
I hated hosting garage sales when I was around. I'd be like, Mom, please, fucking kill me.
We used to go garage
We would
sales.
go to
and
my
I completely
grandma's and
forgot
we would
about
host
that.
them.
I'm glad we got you through this breakthrough.
Yeah.
My friend was like that. I hated him.
my grandma and my mom would have one like every other fucking Saturday, and then my mom would be
Well,
like, you're coming,
see-
and I'd be like, fucking kill me. Like,
Hunting's a different story.
Oh,
Though.
yeah,
You
okay.
can find so many things.
no, I get you. That's dope.
Yeah.
Now, well, when you're hunting and stuff, now like I've heard stories of like because Population podcast. I've heard a story of this lady was having a garage sale, bro. You remember the Zur NR Batman? The Zur NR Batman. That's like one of the most like expensive Batmans to get. Yeah, it was like orangish and so that it was a Target exclusive, but it was like it went up in rank or whatever. Like as soon as it dropped, it was so hard to get. So this one lady was having a garage sale, and this guy went to the garage sale, and the lady had a bunch of pop figures, and he was like, "Yo, like this is crazy." So he grabbed the Zur NR Batman. It was there, and he's like, "Hey, how much is this?" And the lady goes, "Oh, $5." And then he's like, Are you serious? And she's like, yeah.
Did he tell her?
Well, check it out. He goes, are you serious? And she goes, yeah. Why are you just selling this? Like, and then she's like, what's the big deal? She goes, these all belong to my son who recently died. And we're trying to get rid of most of this stuff because I don't want any memories, like it'll hurt. And then he said he felt so bad that he went back to her and left her a note and said, I can't take this. This guy's worth a lot more money than you think. And what's it called? Like, you should be getting paid that much for this Batman. Like, what I'm going to give you is nothing compared to what you should be getting. And I was like, that's crazy. So every time I heard that story, it's like, yo, I want to like pull up on a, like, and be like, yo, dude, like you're selling this pop. Like when that guy was selling recently, there was a guy that was selling pop figures because his wife got cancer. And I went and got the Old Man Logan. And I was like, oh, dope. And whenever I got it, he was like, oh, and his wife's like, calm down. Don't worry. He's like, it's one of my favorite ones. And I turned around right away. I was like, dude, just put that to the side for you. Like, keep the money. It's more important. He's like, yo, you mean it? And I'm like, yeah. And his wife's like, no, I'm putting this to the side because he got this for you. And I remember that's when my boy came through and was like, yo, he's still looking for Old Man Logan.
Yeah, it's the one that loves
And I was like,
that's why I sent out tip for it to look for.
Speaking of the
But
garage
every
sale,
box that I looked at was so damaged, I just didn't want to get it for you. That and someone else got it in front of me.
the garage sale miracle stories. My old coach in high school, cool dude. He told me a story of when he first got married, like his second year of marriage. His wife had a garage sale. He didn't think anything of it. He was going to work. He came home, and my coach, when he was younger, collected Jordans. And he said he had some of the very original Jordans, like the very first Jordans that had ever came out. And he came home one day and a lot of his stuff was gone, but he knew. He was like, yeah, okay, the garage sale. But the one thing that he couldn't figure out was, where are my shoes at? And he asked his wife, he's like, hey, what happened with my shoes in the very back? And she was like, oh, I sold them in the garage. He was like, what shoes? And she was like, the old ones that you never wear. He's like, the Jordans? And she's like, yeah. He's like, how much did you sell them for? Oh, I think I sold them each for like $20. They were worth like $500.
a divorce was an option.
I told him the same thing. I was like, so
Was an option.
you're still
That was
with
your
her?
last. You were married, right?
Sometimes
That was your last marriage,
you
right?
can't hold on to things. I don't know. That's Iron Man.
No, I agree. That's why he should have let go of his wife. Sometimes you can't hold on to things.
My whole thing is there's two scenarios that could have happened, right? Either A, someone saw them and was like, $20, I will take your entire stock, Wadey.
Yeah.
Or some
Kid.
or a kid or old guy was just
Doesn't
like,
know what they have.
yeah, these are nice shoes.
I'm gonna wear
Get him
these.
from my grandson.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the. Hey, can I have? I work in construction down the street. I need some new shoes. You think I can have these? I'm gonna tear them apart in about a week. Yeah, just $10. Oh, okay, thanks.
As soon as he gets to work, he just drops paint on himself.
Could you imagine?
Oh,
Did you ever wear them?
No,
Or were they
they were mint condition original Jordans. He had kept those for years.
Wait, I thought they were used.
No, those were
Yo,
his
divorce them.
No, he's like, no, I bought these with the full intention, knowing that they were going to go skyrocket.
I'm not doing how could your wife see that? These are brand new. I'm gonna sell it in the garage. So.
Because she said she'd never wear them.
Just because she
You
was cheating on the
never
homie.
wear them. Why didn't know that they
He
were
was
worth
cheating on
anything?
her.
That's
That
the
was the
other
way
reason
of
she
getting it
left.
back.
Yeah.
That was the real reason. That's crazy, dude. It's crazy.
She knew.
So, is there anything in y'all's collections that you are currently seeking, or that you missed out on, or you?
See, with me, it's like, I don't know. There are things that I want, but there's a lot of what I want, right? So I just kind of if I see something, I get it. If I don't have it, I don't care for it, right? There are things that I want, but it's like like I said, there's just so many things that I wish I could have. Like recently, I was actually kind of mad about this. Going back to Kingdom Hearts, I'm a big Kingdom Hearts fan. I love Kingdom Hearts. This necklace is Kingdom Hearts, but it's been a big part of my life. But anyways, Japan got a Kingdom Hearts 3 PS4 Pro for the release, and I knew about it for the longest time, and I was upset because I was like, well, crap, I wish they would have given something to America, because I would have been on that shit immediately. And fast forward to like, I don't know, a year later, and I've been following Square Enix, Kingdom Hearts, the Gamer's Joint. He's a YouTuber who's covered Kingdom Hearts literally since the dawn of time. And so I'm like in there. I know a lot, and I did not know until Thursday at like midnight. I get a message from one of my friends like, "Hey man, you picking up that Kingdom Hearts 3 exclusive PS4 Pro?" And I was like, "The Japanese one? No, that's too much fucking money to buy it in Japan and haul it over here. We already talked about that." He's like, "No, dude, GameStop's selling them tonight." I was like, "What do you mean GameStop?" He's like, "There's a pre-order going on tonight. They're releasing them tomorrow, or they're opening pre-orders at midnight. It's a midnight exclusive release. You have to pre-order it." And I was like, "Oh fuck!" But I was at work because I work a shit ton, so I didn't get to GameStop until like Saturday. And the guys literally laughed at me. They're like, "Dude, we sold out within like 5 minutes." And I was like,
No.
"Yeah, I was pretty upset." That was like probably the biggest blunder of like.
It's okay. You'll get that one kid that mom's like, "Yeah, I told you not to pre-order it."
Well, see, that's another thing, because they said you had to buy it in full for the pre-order, right? They were like, you had to pay for it in full, and I was like, okay, I know I live in Corpus. I know I am like at least one of the biggest fans here. Ain't no way in holy hell these goddamn Corpus people had fucking $500,000 to drop on a PS4 Pro exclusive that was literally released like an hour before. Like they didn't give any indication. It was literally talked about like Thursday morning.
So you're gonna get the PS4 Pro? That's
It was like $500, $400, $500.
You said $500,000, bro.
I said $5,000.
Yeah.
Oh shit! No, 500.
I was like, why are you spending that much?
What the
on PS4?
No,
I'm
500.
like, skirt.
Wait a minute. You got that kind of money, bro?
Yeah, you got $500,000 on you?
Yeah. You're holding out on this.
No, yeah, but yeah, it's either 400 or 500, like whatever PS4 it goes for. 400, I think.
$399 for the base with the 500 gig, and then it's $499 for the 1 terabyte.
This is a 1 terabyte.
I'm
Yeah,
still
so
trying
then
to
you're
get my
looking
hands.
about 500 for the
You said
actual.
$5,000 too.
$500 too. I mean, he said. I
I
think
want an
you're looking
Xbox
about
One X.
maybe 6 if it's gonna be Kingdom Hearts, because it's gonna have the game included, correct?
I don't know. The information, I had to delete it all because I was going to start crying.
Well, that would be unless they did, unless GameStop did where it's the number system. Like it was first come first serve, and they only had about 5 that they were able to pre-order.
Yeah,
per store.
There was an
or per
extremely
region,
limited
because that's
number.
what they did with a couple of games too, because like there was only a certain amount that each store is required to have, that each store can have, and like the Nintendo Switches, whatever, they did announce them at first, like everyone wanted one, but they did pre-order basis first, and they were only allowing 10 pre-orders per the time that they did have them, and then after that, once they sold them out so quickly, it was every 5 pre-orders for it. Once they got them in, then they would give them to the pre-order stores before anybody else. So you may get another chance.
That's what they said too, but I was like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't, because they dropped it literally Thursday morning, and I don't have that kind of time, right? Like, I have work and shit. Like, the odds of the world's lining into my position.
You could have totally like PayPal'd it to me, and I would have gone to go get it free because I work in the mall, and upstairs is GameStop. I was like, I would have walked over there just to go get it.
See, but before, this was. I don't think I met you in this. Did we? Did I meet?
What the fuck was this?
Yeah, who was
You keep saying Thursday. I'm assuming you meant this morning.
PS4 Pro?
That's for all of us. We're like, damn, this
Was it
happened
last
all of
week?
us.
No, this is like.
Ask you how you were doing this morning. You said you were doing great.
I met you at their wedding, so it was at least 3
You
months
did?
ago. Yeah.
Was that drugs? The hell with that?
Why is it?
Yeah, you met us at our wedding. That was
Daddy said he
October.
was on tonight.
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
It was a while back.
Huh.
Missed out.
Anyways,
It's already like an hour and 15 minutes. Do you have any other questions?
Haven't heard a lot from you tonight, Nick.
Hmm?
Where you been? You got chicken?
I gotta check in. It's my show.
Damn.
Somewhere the fuck I want.
Damn, calm down.
Ah!
I'm switching this whole podcast
Switch
whenever.
it up.
It's the bad guy Nick Cage.
It's the Bad Guy Nick Cage
podcast.
podcast. I'm sorry if you thought you were tuning into population. No,
I rub your beard.
if you want to.
He's so loving, man. That's why this is
Yeah.
If you want to.
That's
It's
what
like
we do
his
this podcast.
Okay.
the kind, man.
I don't know if y'all have anything. Like I know you shop Amazon, but do you shop Amazon?
I've banned myself from online stuff.
Okay, so your rule, get the fuck out.
What do you watch your hentai? What do you watch your hentai? Liar? You ban yourself from online stuff. What are you
Amazon
watching?
Prime.
Just because I watch it doesn't mean I pay for it.
I was-
Yeah, but you banned yourself from online stuff.
Yo.
So
On
that's online.
VHS.
For 6 months, I was paying for Funimation.
Fun.
Hey, dude, be you.
Yeah, I've been to
Yeah.
Crunchyroll for all that.
Yeah.
I've been a Crunchyroll member since I was like 16.
You could pay for Crunchyroll
Yes,
Yeah.
it's $9.99 a month.
with no commercials, right? I was doing Funimation. You have to pay Funimation. They don't give you nothing.
Yeah, you don't get anything for
Yeah,
Funimation,
You have to pay, but it's only like $5 a month.
I don't like. I see Funimation's like for the dubs. Like if
It
you
has
like dubs,
everything.
well, they have everything, but it's like Crunchyroll. You get. I think you get.
Full on.
You what?
What?
Full on. Like, you
What is that?
get everything,
A lot?
like everything and
A
anything
lot.
on there.
That's true. Yeah, you basically get a lot.
You
You
can
get a
get
lot
where
more.
it's the subs or the dubs. And just, I mean,
Well, Funimation does more dubs than Crunchyroll, but
Yeah.
Crunchyroll gets more animes.
I
don't know.
know what they're talking about.
sorry.
It's something about animation
I'll go back.
streaming.
I'm gonna go Google this when I get home.
Dude, this reminded me of a time that I was in class. I know this is off topic, but what you just did, like, we were like having this big conversation in class, like the whole class was talking, and there was this one big dude in the back. His name was Luke Pizarski.
Big dude.
And, yeah, he was big. But anyways, I remember the class was so loud, right? And then like there was just this random like sting of silence, and all you heard was a fucking. We all turned, and Luke was back there. And Luke said,
Why did
"Oh,
you
now y'all get quiet." As if
How does that remind you of this?
I didn't fart.
If I farted, you would have known I farted, all right?
But I think it was so funny because he was just like,
Like he was ready, like, oh, it's so loud in here, I can do it. And then like
I thought you were
You
whispering
just-
with
you just
subliminal
like-
message.
"But it stunk so
actually,
bad." I
I
was
actually
like,
was.
Yeah, subliminal.
I was, yeah.
I knew it.
Because we were all conversating, so I jumped in and I was like, "You're not gonna hear this till the podcast releases."
It stunk so. It stunk so bad. And I was like, "Luke, how did you think that like the noise would cover the stench?" And he was like, "I mean, you guys wouldn't know it came from me." I was like, "We all would have known it came from you, Luke."
"Oh, because I'm big."
Yes.
It's all the girl next to you.
Always
Okay.
He broke 4 desks his sophomore
Jesus
year of high
Christ.
school.
Like jumping on him.
No, by sitting in them and then putting his belly on the desk and
No.
broke them.
Hey,
Put his belly on
come
top.
on.
True story. It happened.
Would you burn it on him?
Helped him.
No, he did it on purpose.
I'll
He
see
would
him on
purposely
TLC in a
break
few
these
years.
desks just so he could see if he could break it or not.
Yeah.
He would always go to like the smallest one, squeeze in
Oh,
there,
that guy was
and
about
then
it.
just boom, and then he'd break it.
That
This
man's
guy
gifts,
was about it. Yes.
but powers.
Gift. Yes.
One time he ate a Cheeto.
Did y'all ever see Heroes? That was 0.
No, Hero was cool.
Yeah.
One time he ate a Cheeto that he found underneath the
A hot Cheeto?
filing cabinet.
I'm not about
God
this guy.
knows how long it's
This
been
guy's
there.
not a legend.
And
He needs help.
the teacher saw this and then
He's
started
legend in
a
his own mind.
fundraiser for
You don't
Luke.
know how I got
He
these
started
scars.
a fundraiser for Luke, and he put this jar and had Luke's face on it and said, "Please help, starving kid." And he raised like $100 and some. Luke went out and bought 50 tacos
He won't
and
sub
ate
no
all
more.
of them. Luke was a legend, and I hope he's doing all
Is
right.
Luke dead now? Cholesterol, something like that. I mean, I love people, but when you're smashing desk with your belly, it's a problem.
I think he's married. I think he's doing really well. Hey, Luke, if you're listening, I hope you're doing
He's
well.
all body.
Yeah,
burn.
dude,
No,
Hey,
he's,
Luke,
he's
all-
like insanely fit. Like,
Dude, well, that's his. Well, then tell us the story. You're leaving us with this Luke that's like battling for his life right now because he's on TLC's My 700 Pound Life. You're over here telling me you got insanely fit. Well, then congratulations to Luke. I'm happy for the
he
man.
got married. He got like really fit. Like,
Damn.
it was good.
50 tacos to himself. That's death.
You don't know Luke.
No, well, now I do. That's Luke. Not saying that there's anything wrong with the Luke before. I'm just saying, like the dude was smashing desks and stuff. Like,
I miss
He
Luke.
was smashing something.
Right? Did you smash any last night? Like 4 desks?
I'm a record.
The original Wreck-It Ralph.
I'm a wreck-it.
Oh no, wreck.
That was good.
I think we should end the podcast there. If there's not any questions.
Questions. Anyways, what the fuck?
Any more questions?
So you ever had that one item in your shopping cart that you want, but you never pull the trigger on whatsoever? Like it just stays there for like fucking forever.
Yeah, there's a few things actually on my wish list on Amazon. I can bring it up. Let's see.
Yes.
Wish list on Amazon.
The one thing that's been in my cart that I haven't bought because if I did, I think the FBI would probably be knocking on my door. It's another body pillow.
If it's still in your
Jesus.
wish list, then they can see that.
Oh yeah, they can see it, but I haven't done anything illegal yet. I can look, but I can't buy. All right, I've known the law. I've studied this.
All right.
Delicately.
There's these walkie-talkies now that they make that are like boundless on distance. Yeah, they're called the Orion Labs Onyx Smart Walkie-Talkies with ultimate range.
I see.
Unlimited range. They're pretty sick. If they work. I'm not saying that they do work, but I would like to buy these and try that out.
I just bought them for you.
No, he said.
You're welcome. I pulled the trigger for you.
See, I don't know. But they
How much do they run?
$199.
Those look sexy.
Yes, that's what I thought. Not only are they sleek and
Look at
elegant,
reviews.
but they are unlimited.
That's dope.
Yeah, I like that. I guess that's one thing. And then also, let's see, I got a bunch of shit in here. There's a power supply for my computer.
Oh, you build your own PC.
Yes, I do.
Nice.
And then,
you told me.
There's a full terabyte hard drive from Samsung that I want. The i7 processor.
You say a terabyte from Samsung?
Yeah,
Hard drive?
the solid states.
You talking about you mean M.2 or
The SSD.
An SSD?
Mm-hmm.
Why haven't you pulled the trigger on that?
I just haven't. I don't have the money for it right now.
Oh, okay.
If I did, I would buy it.
I was like, it's just a terabyte. Like, I feel like an M.2. I was like, oh, yeah, those are kind of expensive.
You're talking about the new ones that go
Yeah.
inside of the board now on the
Yeah.
side?
I have a
Yeah.
terabyte of M.2 NVMe.
I haven't. Yeah, that's just some of the stuff. And then more watches. Lots of watches.
Back to you.
Back to you. He said something about more pillows,
A lot
Body
more
pillow,
pillows.
body pillows.
Most of them very illegal. I had to buy a lot of them off of like Chinese. Oh no, sorry, Japanese.
So you have to buy it in Colorado and have it shipped in by some Chinamen.
Well, they're Japanese, so it's pretty rude to just assume that they're all Chinese. You know?
I didn't assume anything.
All right, another question.
I just took a stab in the dark.
Nice. Probably not any questions, but I think like figure news that came out recently. Maybe talk about
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk.
Yeah, he recently finished his tunnel from the
From Mexico to America?
from the Elon Musk HQ to the I said Elon Musk. I meant to his company, the boring companies.
Area 51?
No,
Who is Elon Musk?
Elon Musk, the Muskinator. Come on, man.
Who's the guy that
I
made
keep
the
bringing him up. I'm
Tesla?
just like, who the fuck is
That's
this guy?
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk, the Tesla guy.
Yeah, he invented Tesla.
He didn't invent Tesla. Tesla's a person. He stole that name from Nikolai
Named
Tesla,
Nikola
and he
Tesla.
named his
And
company
then he named
Tesla.
the cars that he designed and built on his own.
But he
Nikola
puts-
Tesla
puts
has
somebody's-
the time machine.
He did.
He had a
So
You
time
know
he's
about
not-
that?
He's a real person, Elon Musk.
Yes.
Yes.
Wait,
I thought it was a movie.
He might be Nikolai Tesla. They took a brain and they put it in his body, and they don't-
Supposedly, Nikola Tesla had a built.
so you know about that?
But the FBI has a hold of it now.
A lot of
They
people
know what
don't
the hell
know
to do with
about
it.
that, and I'm surprised you brought
They
that
don't
up.
know what the hell.
You
to
know what
do
they
with it now.
he also did? He transmitted electricity without wires, so he could power houses. Actually, through the ground, it went through the air.
Nikola,
Nikolai Tesla, you couldn't have power without power lines.
and that's probably why they got rid of all of his stuff.
But I mean,
There's
it's like
a money issue there.
also, I
It's
mean,
like, well, making people
have you
pay,
heard about
like-
5G network? The cancer that it'll cause in your brain on the new 5G network.
The what?
So if you send electricity through the air like that, it enhances the chances of you becoming susceptible to not doesn't enhance that. It enhances the but you get brain cancer.
Welcome to the conspiracy.
We are now switching
You're now entering the Twilight Zone.
Where'd you read that?
Huh? No, I read it on Yahoo last year.
We'll see, because an interesting thing to say about that, because you definitely got to get a little bit because what happens is, and I read an article about this, is the how do you guys, and I guess this could be a question for you too, Tiff, when it comes to getting pregnant past 40, is it 40 or 30? What are most women?
35.
It's 35, right?
Mhm.
What do you believe about that?
I'd
Just
rather get it done early because I don't want to be that one mom that's like 60.
no, I
Not
get
60, but like 50, going like my mid 50s
Have
and
baby.
having a baby, like a small child that's like 12. And like, kids nowadays in society nowadays, like, to make fun of things, like the kids, like you'll see like 5-year-old, 6-year-old, 7-year-old kids. Your mom's old.
well
like-
What
as
does
far
this
as
have
like
to do with the brain cancer?
well, hold on. As far as like what you heard about
We're off
pregnancies with
topic.
women that do have children past like 35. Have you heard about that?
Mhm.
You know what the statistic says?
It's like 1 out of.
Do you know? I'm curious.
No, I'm just
The
reading.
reason I open it up because it's people say that if women past 35, their chances double in birth defects after they pass 35, which is very true.
Well, that's because of the way of life. That's what you eat, your food,
However-
how you live, and everything where you are.
However, the percentage doubles from 0.5% to 1%.
Hereditary.
Well, that's
Hereditary.
that's what they say. They say that if you don't have children, if you have children past 35, that the chance of birth defects double. That's what a lot of people say.
Well,
We
it's
read
like
it in magazines.
If you go to Chernobyl, there's more of a chance you're going to get radiation than if
Wow.
you don't go to Chernobyl.
That's true.
Diary with
That's true.
Jason McCartney.
But yeah, I was talking about what you said, right? Like,
Oh yeah, it was
4G
just a study from what I saw. The 5G is going to triple or quadruple the wavelength.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
see,
the
that's
wa-
what I'm saying. Like, if you take the percentage of what 4G was, your chances of getting brain cancer could have been somewhere around 0.3, 0.5%. And then if they say, oh, it's going to quadruple and then make it 3%, right?
So it's going to be 4 times what it was.
Yeah, so it's like they say these 4 times, 7 times, but it's like, what's the baseline? Because you hear a lot of people that say that it doubles, but it doubles from 0.5 to 1%. Like, that's really not anything.
It's just a bigger chance you're going to bring brain cancer. That's all that I said.
Oh, I thought you were saying this. I thought you said double. I thought you heard you say like it
Double
doubles
or
your
nothing.
chances of getting brain. I was like, well, a lot of people do say these words, and you got to be careful. What
It
you,
enhances the chances for you getting brain cancer. The new
I know.
5G.
Chances, the chances.
Population Barcast again.
Google, like I said.
Google. Nah.
I don't know because
Huh?
Google
Last
they get paid for putting the top results on your Google search. You know that,
Google
right?
owns
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yes.
I don't know.
Oh,
That has to do with
I thought you
anything.
said Google owns you too, and that's true.
They own YouTube.
Huh?
They own YouTube.
They own YouTube. That means they own us.
You too.
Oh shit.
I'm okay with this. I'm all for the grid.
I like to be out of like people like socially acceptable things. I notice there's a trend. They'll start posting it on Google, like Fortnite and all of these games or things people buy.
Yes.
I try to stay in the past and get things that I used to like and things that my parents liked, just to stay away from the trending.
What?
Because I don't like being statistic. Although we all are in one shape, state, or form.
Well,
Statistic.
So, any more questions?
I don't know what's going on anymore.
I think I'm good.
Ah.
I'll be on questions.
Well, okay.
Questions?
There's no questions, but like I was trying to go with it. Like figure releases that happened recently.
Okay.
Like I'm gonna start off with a NECA figurine. Then we're gonna make the Laurie Strode figure.
Oh hell yeah, that one's dropping, bro. Hard as a rock.
Laurie
Laurie
Strode.
Strode, Jamie Lee Curtis's character in the Halloween franchise. Yeah, she's dropping the second quarter of 2019.
$50 when you so.
Why so long?
And they're making the Ultimate Assassin Predator, which is going to stand at least 12 inches tall. Dude, I cannot wait for that figure.
They're making some new Funko Pops WWE.
Oh, yeah?
Randy Orton, Batista, Ric Flair, Charlotte Flair. Randy Orton looks the best. He actually has the pose.
And John Cena.
And then they're making apparently John Cena invisible.
You can't see
Little hand like that?
Edition. Yeah.
That's
That
dope.
should be another empty box.
Empty
No,
box.
that's gonna be just an actual mold, but just clear.
Yeah.
The Batman movie moment that's coming out with him and Joker. Pretty excited for that one.
I like it.
That's dope.
The SpongeBob ones?
So, oh, hell yeah. I'm looking for the Hot Topic exclusive. The sweet, 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 sweet.
Yeah.
The imagination.
Oh, yeah. Imagination. Oh, the Patrick with the plank of wood in his head.
I'm bored.
Splitting from the Pops. There's a couple figurines that are coming out in Japan, and I was actually thinking about getting, but it's like $500, so I probably won't get it.
What?
Yeah, these figurines in Japan, they'll go for some serious coin. Like even pre-orders
Big one?
are
I know
like,
that like Mayfex, SH Fig Arts, that stuff is from Japan.
Do they have the Krusty Krab pizza one?
No, they didn't make that one.
Dude,
That's a pretty good idea.
that would be epic.
They make a lot of
everyone
Like,
talks about the pizza in that
name
episode, but
pops.
nobody talks about how Mr. Krabs literally made a pizza from just a stack of burgers. And we all just like ignore the god
That's
powers.
how we
Ignore how
got
he wrote
the
on the
5 meat pizza.
a rock.
But like, he literally had a plate of burgers and made a pizza.
How am I supposed to eat
They didn't
ass
show
without my drink?
with the Krusty Krab.
Didn't even show what?
A showboat with Krusty Krab.
Oh, hell yeah. And
The whole thing
Squidward and
outside,
everything.
yeah.
Dude, Squidward, no, fuck yeah.
Yeah, I love that one.
Nick's over here down on his own podcast. And we're just going to continue if you
That's
follow.
an inside one
We're
there.
gonna change the podcast.
Manny and Franco.
Who
Who was there? Oh my god.
It's been a conspiracy podcast.
Conspiracy podcast.
I'm lying, Nick.
Manny and Franco take CC.
That was that. That's not how it works.
You're dead, man.
I'm never dead. Even when I'm dead, I'm still alive.
We're gonna find you when you board contact you from the dead. We already discussed this in the last podcast.
I don't do that. If anybody brings a Ouija board in front of me, I'll burn it.
That's like
That's
the
exactly
last.
what we want.
Yeah, you should.
We're gonna
not do
start
that.
using
That's like
serious-
the
I'm not
last
gonna
thing.
play it. Okay, I'll talk about this after the podcast, but
Okay.
I know what you're talking about that.
I don't Ouija.
No,
You
I don't
don't
Ouija either.
But yeah,
The
you
only
should
Ouija I do
Luigi.
is Lou.
Luigi.
Like burning, it's like a
But
bad
yeah,
thing.
don't play with it. If somebody gifts you that, just tell them you don't want the gift.
Somebody wants a friend.
Yeah, you're
I
supposed to
friend.
gift it to get rid of
My
it.
ex though is one of those things. Like he bought one just because it was that friend.
Hasbro.
And like,
This
well,
man.
his
That's
mom,
supernatural one?
his mom was like, "Oh, you shouldn't have that inside the house," because she was very religious at the time and stuff. And so what he did, and what his mom did was she threw it out of the closet. So me being spiteful and him not liking his mom, so what we did, we just took the Ouija board out of the trash. We put it back inside the house, but like fully open. So when she came back, she's like, "Oh my god, I told you not to have it into the house." And we just
Sad.
I don't Ouija.
But fake news, everything.
We bloody
Fake
Mary.
news?
Littering in.
I love fake news.
That's all I hear about. Colonel Sanders released yesterday.
Yeah,
Oh,
which,
okay.
I mean, if you're into, like, were y'all up for that?
I usually it's like on Wednesday that I should go on and see if I have a
okay.
chance. I actually had like 10 chances that day.
Oh, for
I
real?
exited out of it, went back, exited out of it, went back. I was like, no, and then Breezy put on there. Anybody got this Colonel Sanders? I was like, fuck, this real guy.
No, of course not.
Kind of like a dick now.
No.
Box Lunch is coming out with a flocked version of my.
Yeah, box lunch, right?
Is it Box Lunch or
Lunchbox?
Lunch, lunch.
Box Lunch. Box Lunch is coming out with a flocked version of the
There you go.
Kingdom Hearts Monsters Inc. Sora that I have. And
Damn.
I really want it.
Last weekend you missed the Todoroki Glow in the Dark at PAX.
Yeah, you told me about
That's
it.
like Disney Final Fantasy, right?
What?
Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, Disney and Final Fantasy.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, Square Enix.
I never got to play that.
Kingdom Hearts. It's
Mm.
amazing. I would recommend it to anybody. It's the reason I love video games so much now. Actually, that's what we're talking. Looking back to the very beginning. That's all right. Never mind.
You know why I like video games? Earthworm Jim.
The fuck is Fortune?
Did you ever play Earthworm Jim?
I know him.
Oh
You know of him.
Well, as long as
Pokemon.
you know of him, yes.
But one more thing, like about Pop. Be sure to check out Pop Gorilla this weekend. Got some new ones in, and
Shouting out.
Flash
over
ones in shouty.
Not sponsored by Gorilla.
Pop Gorilla.
We can be. Just hit us up, Albert. Hit us up.
Yeah, if you're a gorilla out there and you want to be sponsored, please.
Especially if you like pop music like Britney Spears, which actually came out today.
Yeah, Britney Spears dropped today as well.
Hot topic.
Hell yeah.
Hit me, baby,
Hot
one
topic.
more time.
Yeah, can you sing that louder? That was really good.
No.
Okay.
That was not good. Don't bring us down.
Then never again. Oh baby, baby.
When are you dropping the album?
Hey,
When are you dropping the
this
album?
year, don't worry.
Show me. I don't know what's going on.
Anything else?
That about does her.
Any other fake Newtons?
Fake Newtons.
You have cookies?
I love fake news.
I fucking hate those things.
I love fake news.
It's so fucking disgusting.
You rather have an Oreo, is what you're saying?
So this is the end of the
Have y'all had the
This is the
more
end.
stuffed Oreo?
It's gonna go up all night, so I mean.
Is that that new one that's like this big?
Yes!
I saw it, but I haven't seen them in.
I call that the
That biggest-
absolute
Dude,
Oreo.
we just had some at the house, and I was like,
And now we don't.
Oh man,
Yeah. Yeah.
Later, guys, on live.